What do you mean? Explain that bit, please.
Okay, so I'm saying
Hey,
when
Craig, thank
men,
you.
when like you know how they have this like I don't know how to call it in Islam, but church, they have church elders, counselors, and all that. The same thing applies to the Muslims. Do you see women in between them?
Hold on. When I go to what we call
It's a yes or
asalatu.
no.
Listen to me. We go to an asalatu where it's a congregation of men and women. The men sit on one side and the women sit on one side.
Mhm. Okay. So in the midst of these people, when they pick up council of elders, whatever they do, are women involved?
We don't have that in Islam. When we have a gathering, you have the
Do you
men
have
one
leaders?
side and the
Do
women
you
sit.
have leaders? Do you have leaders in Islam?
Which leaders? Caliphs.
Okay.
We
if
have
you
caliphs.
Can a woman be a caliph?
It depends on that.
It's say yes or no.
Listen
Can a
to me.
woman
Stop.
be a
No, Islam is different from Christianity. In Islam, it's not you or me that can tell you.
Were you asking about Christianity just now, Raskilo?
What I'm saying, in Islam, it's your spiritual connection. It's not because somebody has read the whole Quran, it doesn't mean they're more knowledgeable than you. It doesn't mean they have a higher status than you.
So based on what you said right now, can you tell your sheikh that when he read the Quran and you also read the Quran, can you tell your sheikh it doesn't mean he's knowledgeable than you?
You know what? Let me explain something. Listen to me. Education. Listen to me, please. Education, exposure is so important. If you're educated and you have exposure, you can reason better. If somebody lives, for example, like, okay, let's use the example of women in Afghanistan and a Muslim woman in this country, for example. We have different exposures.
Right.
We have opportunities to different information.
Right.
So I cannot just say because the man is reading the Quran, he knows better. No. For example, I remember one of a sheikh telling me that the more children you have, the better you. I said, no. Allah does not tell you to have many children. It tells you to have children you can look after.
Allah says that.
In the Quran, people say, "Oh, you can have as many wives, as many children." It doesn't work like that.
Wait,
why doesn't it work like
Allah
that?
tells you should have only the number of children you can look after.
Oh, when you read the verse, it tells you.
You just said. Allah says that.
Yes.
That's my interpretation. That's my interpretation of the verse. That's my interpretation. What I'm trying to say to you, somebody else could say something else.
Hold on. Hold on. 1 second, please. Yeah. When people make claims about what God said and what God didn't say, that always it just piques my curiosity. Because I imagine a God sitting up there in the heavens or wherever he sits, right? And wants to tell folks something, right? Of all the things in this world, or all the things, the knowledge, the information that he could divulge, right? No, he chooses to tell folks, have the children you can look after. Like, really?
Hold on. The Quran gives us many messages.
All right.
There are many things the Quran teaches us, my sister.
Show me where your God said this in your Quran, please. I've got a Quran here, by the way, you know.
Hold on.
I've actually got 2 Qurans.
You got 2 Qurans.
Yes, that's one.
We talk about family planning in Islam.
Quran, and I've got a bigger one up there. So, yeah. Can you please tell me scripture where your God says, have the children you can look after, please?
Sister, you're talking. I'm explaining to you something like. Some people say
Mateo, just show us the surah in the Quran. I'm sorry, you've been trying.
Excuse me. Don't attack me, please.
You're excused, Matalola.
Don't attack me, please, because
show us the verse in the Quran.
You might be an ex-Muslim or you might not understand Islam. I appreciate that because we're all entitled to different things.
No, Matalola, just show us the surah in the Quran.
What did you call me now? What did you call me?
I said, show us the surah in the Quran.
What name did you call me now?
That's your name. You're Motorola or something like that, right?
No, that's not my name. My name is Moteleola.
Oh, okay, Moteleola.
My bad.
Okay.
No, Moteleola.
Moteleola.
Okay, we got it. Okay.
Moteleola. Okay. Sorry, that's my mistake.
What does Moteleola mean, please, if you don't mind? Moteleola.
That's a Yoruba name.
I know it's Yoruba. What does it mean? I know it's Yoruba.
Yeah, that's my Yoruba name. I've created wealth. It's a platform of wealth. It's a foundation of wealth.
That means you're a wealthy lady?
Inshallah.
You want to share some of that wealth?
What does your name mean? What does your name mean? You're Yoruba as well.
I'm not Yoruba. No, I'm not Yoruba.
You're not Yoruba. But Yoruba names have meaning. So that's why I prefer to use my Yoruba name.
Okay. Moteleola, right?
Moteleola.
Moteleola. All right.
Leo, please take over because you're the best person to do this because I think she's not being truthful. So I don't want to say
I'm not being truthful. What do you mean I'm not?
She's getting very emotional, and I think just calm down. Just bring it down a notch.
No. I'm not emotional. It's because he didn't pronounce my name properly, and I wanted to correct him on how to pronounce my name. It's nothing to be emotional about because I believe that everybody's entitled to their own opinion. You know, I'm not here to convince you. I'm just telling you, I'm a practicing Muslim, and this is the reason why you don't need to be.
Yeah, but can I just say something? You just said something. You said you're being attacked. And that is one thing I would not want for you to feel or to think is happening right now. We're having a conversation, right?
Okay.
You are not obligated to be here and have this conversation. You came up of your own accord, right? And so, if at any point you feel you don't want to answer any questions, you don't have to. So you don't feel attacked. We just
no. Please don't misunderstand me. What I meant by attacked was that when he said my name, as an African, I always like to correct people when it comes to pronunciation of my name because my name has a meaning. And you might not be from that part of the world. And part of educating ourselves is to correct people when they're not pronouncing your name properly.
I agree with that. I'm very glad that you corrected me instead of me whitewashing your name or like pronouncing it wrong. I'm very thankful about that.
Can I just say something at this point?
No, somebody just wrote Motorola. My name is not Motorola. My name is Moteleola.
Let's be respectful. It's M-E-T-E. No, M-O.
M-O. Motele. Moteleola.
Moteleola. Okay. Can I just say something at this point? So this is Moteleola. She wants you to get her name right? And she will stop you to make sure that you call her by her real name, right? The name that she wants to be identified with. But now this brings me over to Jesus, right? The Jesus character. His name apparently was never Jesus at all, right? Apparently his name was something else. His name was Yeshua, something, I don't know. But over the years, his name has been changed to all sorts of different things. And now, do you know that there are Christians that don't know that his name was never originally Jesus? They don't know that guy's name, if he existed, would never have been Jesus at all. So can you imagine if human beings are getting offended when you call their names wrong or interpret their names wrong? Then how are you doing this to your own God and Jesus? How are you just changing their names willy-nilly? Well, unless, of course, Jesus did not exist. You know? Sorry, I know that why I went off on a tangent there. Sorry.
But for me as a Muslim, our prophet has always been Muhammad. It's never changed.
At least it hasn't been changed. But Jesus' name changes depending on who you're talking to.
Oh, Afro Atheist. I was checking to find, maybe I could help her out to find the actual surah in the Quran or hadith that talks about family planning. I think something that she can admit is that the Quran explicitly does not accept family planning, that any form of contraception or any form of protection is considered haram. It is not permitted. Right. And it is seen as taking a life away from someone. And the only thing that the Quran talks about in terms of taking care of your own children, it does not, children that you can afford. The only place where it talks slightly about family planning is Surah An-Nahl, which is verse, let me check. Surah An-Nahl, which is 16, verse 1672. And all it talks about is that you cannot deny the blessings of a child, a son, a grandson, a spouse that Allah has given you. It does not specifically say.
Can I just answer you?
Let me finish speaking, please.
Okay.
Can I please finish speaking?
No. Okay.
And it says here, Allah has created spouses from among you and created sons, grandsons for you from your spouses, and gave you provision from good things. It is then the falsehood that you believe in and the blessings of Allah that you reject. It neither in any of this talks about, it only talks about the fact that human beings or the children that you have are blessings, and that the more that you have, it's kind of like a sign of wealth. But it does not talk about only take care of the children that you can afford. It does not encourage family planning. It actually discourages it.
So, but that is your own interpretation. Can I just explain?
That's not an interpretation.
In Islam, a mother has to breastfeed till a child is 2 years old. So during that time, in Islam, a woman is expected to breastfeed till the child is 2 years old.
Excuse me, please, lady. I'm sorry, please, lady. Are you saying that Allah told women they must breastfeed for 2 years?
In Islam, a woman is expected to breastfeed a child till the child is 2 years old.
No, that was
not in the Quran.
Culture, not the Quran.
It's not the culture. It's in the Quran.
No,
I cannot remember the verse. It's in the Quran. I personally did it myself.
I would like to see it. Wait, hang on. Are you saying that in the Quran, God says you must? I mean, just guys, just think about it. Just think about this for 1 second. The Prophet of Islam received these words from God. Well, no, it was an angel. An angel gave him the words that he would want people to have and to memorize and to cram and to, and part of the things that Allah is telling folks is breastfeed till the child is 2 years old. Now, I've breastfed 2 children, and I know the difficulties when it comes to, breastfeeding. In some cases, it's impossible. It's impossible, right? Think about a premature child.
I've got 3 boys, and I breastfed my sister.
A premature baby who is born.
You can express the milk into a bottle.
There are several scenarios where it's impossible to breastfeed, but I guess Allah didn't know that. Okay, so can someone please help me with the surah?
It's Surah Al-Baqarah. It's verse, and then it's verses 2.
Al-Baqarah.
Yes, Al-Baqarah.
Sister, what I'm just saying to you, that's your interpretation of that verse. And I'm telling you.
Can you please tell me what number it is, please?
It's 223. 33. Yeah.
And 223.
It's 2.233.
233. Okay.
Yeah.
Al-Baqarah. 223.
With all the
oh guys, this is good.
Hold on,
Afro.
Afro, give me a second. With all the Abrahamic religions, when stuff is written down, let me give you an example. Like, today is Tuesday. They will try to tell you how you interpret it's wrong. The interpretation is wrong. But we all read the same thing, saying today is Tuesday. So please, when she reads what she's reading, we don't want anybody to tell me we need a spiritual understanding or we need Allah's understanding. We are understanding the same English. So please, Afro, go ahead.
No, listen. This is interesting. So I'm going to read 2 verses before that one, because there's some things we need to find out here. So I'll start from 221, right? So it says, and do not marry polytheistic women until they believe. And a believing slave woman is better than a polytheist, even though she might please you. And do not marry polytheistic men to your women until they believe. And a believing slave is better than a polytheist, even though he might please you. Those invite you to the fire, but Allah invites you to paradise. Okay, those people invite you to the fire, but Allah invites you to paradise and to forgiveness by his permission. And he makes clear his verses. Oh, so Allah makes clear his verses and ordinances to the people that perhaps they may remember. So this is 222 now. And they ask
You're reading English. You're reading it in English, and I'll tell you something, please.
Let me finish, please. Let me finish. And they ask you about menstruation. Say it is harm. So keep away from your wives. Haram? Harm. It says H-A-R-M. So keep away from your wives during menstruation, and do not approach them until they are pure, and when they have purified themselves. Then come to them from where Allah has ordained for you. Indeed, Allah loves those who are constantly repentant and loves those who purify themselves. 223 now. Your wives are a place of cultivation, a sowing of seed. Your wives are a place of cultivation, a place of sowing seed for you, a place for you to sow your So come to your place of cultivation, however you wish, and put forth righteousness for yourselves, and fear Allah, and know that you will meet him and give good tidings to the believers. I don't know. I don't see where it talks about breastfeeding to the child.
And it doesn't even say nothing about family planning either.
No,
excuse me. Excuse me.
You
know, you guys have been saying things, right? You've read the Quran. But I'm telling you, we just don't read the Quran literally like you're reading them.
Hold on.
How do we read the Quran?
When the Quran says, so come to your place of cultivation, however you wish.
That's English interpretation. I understand Arabic. It's not that's translation with English.
So the Quran, anything in English in the Quran is wrong, right?
Can I tell you something?
It
depends on who is interpreting these words. You know,
Okay.
if you understand the Quran,
which translation do you want us to read? We can bring it up.
Sister, no, sister. You don't need to bring any translation for me because you will have. Hold on, please.
That's not how
you will interpret it the way you want
goes.
to interpret it.
No,
that's not how it goes. You want us to interpret
we just
it the
read
way
it.
that
We
you
haven't even had any interpretation. We just read it.
You
Nobody
know
has
what,
interpreted
Risco,
anything.
whatever your name is, I think you're often on the line attacking people.
Okay,
but I will tell you this.
No, I don't know.
You know what? Hold on. Sister, I've been on your show
attack
as a silent listener a lot of times. I've been on your program as a silent listener. He attacks people too often.
Moteliola, you need to listen to me right now. You got offended. You got offended when your name was pronounced wrong. And you have just turned around and done exact same thing.
Same thing.
Raskino. His name is Raskino.
Raskino. Okay, you tell me now, Raskino. I you know what? I've been a silent listener to your program for a long time. But one thing I do appreciate about him is that if somebody asks a different thing, I feel sometimes it goes off tone, but you don't need to believe me. I'm not here to convince me. I'm here to share my own experience with you. I'm listening to what you have to say. Don't forget that you can say anything you want. It's not going to change my opinion.
Okay. Afro, please, can I talk to her just for a minute? Guys, let me do this. Okay.
Oh, before you do, hey everyone on YouTube, Adams, Vignesh, Satan, who else? Let's see. Satan, Adams, Vignesh. Hi, I see you all. Sorry, because I'm doing all this talking, so I can't really make any comments. But hi. And guys, please make sure you're tapping on your screens. Tap for this. Or allow whichever is your choice of God.
So my sister, this is the question that I was about to ask you. You said we are interpreting it differently. And I'm asking you, whatever she read, we haven't interpreted anything. We are just going by what she read.
Exactly.
So where is the interpretation? Please. That's all the question is. I'm not attacking you, nothing.
Okay. Can I just say something to you? What I'm trying to explain is that, you know, when it comes to the Quran and Arabic and English, sometimes when people are interpreting, they don't use the right, it's not the exact Quranic meaning.
Okay.
That's what I'm saying.
Okay. So based on, hold on, Phil, please. So based on what you're saying, we shouldn't even read the English Quran, right?
I prefer to do the transliteration rather than the English version.
Okay, but see, this is your scholars. Your scholars, they go by the English Quran.
Which scholars? You know, we're encouraged to learn the Quran, the Arabic version of the Quran. Do you know that? And we're encouraged to learn that.
Motel, I don't want to pronounce your name wrongly. This is my fault there. Like I have forgotten. But what I do want to say is that I've studied the Quran in Arabic. I lived in the Middle East, and we read from it both in Arabic translation and in English translation, where I've studied intensely about it. And you keep talking about the fact that you want us to only read it with
okay, sister, Arabic. So what you're saying is
my sentence, please. Let me finish my sentence. You only want to reply before you hear anything that we're saying, and you want us to listen to you. The problem is no one else on this panel other than you, apparently you fully understand Arabic. I partially understand Arabic, but no one else can read it. So how do you want us to have a conversation about an interpretation that has in a language that we all understand, but you want us to read it in Arabic? That doesn't make any sense.
Exactly.
Because you're not a follower of Islam, you might feel that, I don't need to do that.
So
no, it has nothing to do with that.
If you're high, like
it does.
We're talking about this
I don't know much about Christianity, so you never see
about
me.
Islam since I was a child. So please, let's stop these games.
Which games?
Right now, I'm nearly 22 years old, and I studied the Quran for nearly 18 years of my life. So
okay,
yes, I'm not a follower of Islam, but if we look at it academically, or if we look at it in the terms of studying this text, we can look at that without needing to understand or feel that spiritual
but you need to
connection
understand
to
the
the religion.
context. You
Yes,
need to
we
understand
understand.
and the
I keep trying to
wordings.
tell you, I've understood the context. I've lived as a Muslim. So your argument that you keep trying to tell to Raskillo, Phil, or Afro-atheist does not work on me. You don't
But that's
have
with
a
you.
ground to stand
Hold
on.
on.
So continue the conversation
Leo,
and drop the act.
Leo, I'm not acting. I just said to you, you could, in this sport, we are all entitled to our own opinion. I'm not going to enforce my knowledge or my interpretation of the Quran on you, and you cannot do the same to
but
me.
we are just reading the Quran as it is based in the English translation. I know you're saying that the English translation, yes, you can lose some sense in English translation, but if it is done by your scholars, the scholars translating it to the best in the English, then it should be close enough to the meaning.
Okay, can I give you an example, please? I speak Yoruba, but there are some words in Yoruba that you don't have in English. So,
yeah,
and the same thing in Arabic. People they want to use something close, and it might not mean the same thing.
Okay, I agree with her. Let me.
Give me 1 second. But is that not a problem? Is this not a problem for your God or your religion? Does this not prove to you that your God is lacking?
My God is not lacking because I understand the
your God
Arabic.
is lacking, otherwise he will make it clear for anyone. Exactly. And there's persons who learn the Quran, who learn in Arabic and don't even understand what the Arabic means at all. They just learn it in Arabic, and they've heard that confession from a Muslim themselves.
And
Phil,
also,
that was my next.
This God wants these people to take this religion all over the world, and he knows that people don't understand this language, and they are going to struggle to interpret this language. But here we have people telling us, "Oh, you're not taking out your clean. You're reading the English. What am I supposed to read?"
So let me ask
read
her.
A language I don't understand.
Let me ask her.
I just gave you a very good example that I speak Yoruba, and there are words
we understand
that
Yoruba
has that
we
English
understand
does not
that. We gather that.
But can you answer
same thing with Arabic?
Okay, so can you answer this, please? Can you answer this, please, sister? So, in America, you have a whole lot of Muslims in America. In London, you do. So, these Muslims, they don't speak anything Arabic. They go by the Quran. But what they go by is the English Quran. Are these people Muslims or not?
I don't know. When we have the Quran, I use the transliteration, and it tells you the meaning. Like the one I have in front of me here, it gives you the meaning. It explains the verse, and it gives you examples. So what I don't read the English only because
I know
when I read the English only, I'm trying to explain to you.
You're privileged to read Arabic. I'm talking about the mass majority who only read English.
But can I tell you one of the things they tell us in Islam is it's good for you to have the transliteration or get somebody who can actually explain to you.
So are you is your mom or great grandmother a Muslim?
Say that again.
Are you coming from a Muslim background like your
I'm from a Muslim background.
So probably your great grandfather couldn't read Arabic. So
but they learned. This is the thing. This is the problem. This is so funny. I'm telling you, my grandparents were imams. They were imams. They're people who are scholars in Islam.
They recited the Quran. They didn't even know what they were talking about.
So you're basically being indoctrinated. You've been indoctrinated into this religion.
Oh my God.
So that again?
You've been
indoctrinated.
Who has been? You or me?
You have been.
No, I've not been. You did not listen to me from the beginning. I said to you, I've tried other religion. I'm a Muslim, not because of any. I had my own personal relationship. And you know, it's easy for people to say, oh, there's no God, there's no religion. Sometimes we hit rock bottom in our lives and then we have a direction. I'm not saying, you know, I'm not going to say to you, oh, I have all the answers. I don't. I'm talking about my relationship.
Okay, everyone, listen. So based on what she has said, this God waits for you to hit rock bottom in order for him to meet you.
You don't have to. I'm thinking about my own.
Christianity makes the same claim.
Sister, don't
you don't need to. You don't need to hit rock bottom.
Can you not interrupt?
Hold on.
So this God needs you to hit rock bottom, right?
You're funny because
where you are
in life, right? Life is peak and trough. Life is a peak and trough. Life is up and down. So it's not about my religion, it's about life.
You can mute her just so you can speak. You can just mute her mic. So
I don't like to mute people.
That's
sometimes you have to.
I want people to show themselves. You understand? Yeah. If you are so convinced about your religion, right? You will have the confidence to mute yourself and let someone else speak, right? Irrespective of whatever you're hearing, right? You will have the decency because you're sure of what you're talking about, right? So this lady said that God waited for her to hit rock bottom, right? And secondly, something important that she said about a personal relationship, right? Mm-hmm. And this is where I have a problem with these religions, is that out of the billions of people on earth, God is selective, right? He looks for people to have relationships with, right? He chooses who he would reveal himself or choose to have his personal relationship with. So people like us that he has no personal relationship with, why? What's wrong with me, right? What makes me different, right? That he will not have a personal relationship with me. And so wait, if everyone on this earth believes in Islam, so your God wants to have 7 billion personal relationships with people? Is that what we're doing here? So everyone is just walking around, I have a personal relationship. I have a personal relationship. Man, this personal relationship God, I'm not interested.
And the Christians make the same claim. That's a personal relationship with Jesus, with God. So that does not distinguish that. How do you distinguish then who is right from who is wrong? What methodology do you use?
What do they do?
But the thing is, they don't have anything to prove.
Relationship?
If it's personal, everybody has their own personal stuff. So that's when they don't have anything to prove, that they can't show you anything. Yeah. All they tell you is personal. If it's personal, then it's, why are we talking about it?
You can't help us.
Exactly. If it is personal, then keep it to yourself.
Keep it to yourself.
Thank you.
And we don't want it. We don't want to hear about it. Because I don't want to hear about it. If it's personal, because if Allah or Muhammad is personal to you, are you saying he's to you alone?
But
can I talk now?
Because the question.
Can I answer your question now, please?
No. My question to you. My question to you is, what do you do with God in this personal relationship that you have with him?
I worship. I talk to him. I talk about my daily life. I pray.
Does he talk back? Does he talk back?
It's energy. It's an energy.
No,
you feel.
No, sweetheart. I'm sorry. I don't mean to. I shouldn't say sweetheart. Sorry. Apologize. So you talk to him. Does he talk back?
When you say talk back, what do you mean? Because
communication is a two-way street.
Okay. So
two-way.
In a relationship,
speak back to you.
Right? In a relationship, so this is a relationship where there are two people. No. Well, two persons, being and person, whatever, right? And so as part of the relationship, there's some form of communication that goes on, right? And then you have said that you talk to this other person in the relationship, right? So does that, it's just a question I want to know, does that person speak? Do they talk back to you, or is it a one-sided conversation?
For me, like I said to you, you get messages through dreams. Even, for example, if I'm praying, I could see a sign immediately. So it's different for everybody. I see signs immediately.
Evangelist Bola, come on, sorry. Evangelist Bola says he doesn't talk back. He's busy with the other relationships he has.
Let me ask you a question now. Can I ask you a question, please? Can I ask you a question, please? Can I ask you a question, please? Particularly the host.
Sorry, I'm sorry.
Oh no, it's okay. It's okay. My question to you is this, please.
Oh, sorry. Ask me. I actually have a question for you as well.
My question to you is: you're living, you're breathing. Do you know what you know? Do you know why you're still here?
Oh Lord, can I do this, please?
Sorry. No, hold on. Sorry, I didn't quite catch the question. What was the question?
What I'm saying to you is this: do you know why you're still here on this planet?
Do I know why I'm still here?
Yeah.
No, I don't. So, but Moteliola, do you know why you're still here on this planet?
Yeah, I know why I'm still here.
Why are you still here?
Because I have a message to convey, and I have not finished conveying my message. I have a purpose.
What's the message? What's the message that you're here to convey? If you don't mind.
My message is to make a difference to people I come across. When I say difference in terms of exposure, sharing, giving, it's not just about religion. It's about relationship with humanity.
Can I ask who gave you this message?
Pardon?
And who gave you this message, and where can I get mine too?
It's something I see in my dreams. I see this. I see these messages in my dreams.
Okay. All right. Okay. So that's that's what your purpose for the rest of your.
It's also
I can do. I have been doing the same thing.
Can I also tell you this also, right?
Dreams.
When I was younger,
I've been doing the same thing before any dream.
When I was younger, before I actually understood Islam, I've always had dreams that gave me direction and things like that. So it's not, it's your spirituality as well that makes a difference.
No, but you can't mix spirituality with Islam. That's
of course you can. Who told you you can't?
No, because it's not like even the Surat Al-Baqarah.
When I recite Durud,
it's written in the Quran because it's like paganism. Anything that's spirituality that is outside of
Can I tell you something, please?
Is paganism. You can't do that.
Can I just say something to you, please? I read what we call Duruds. When I recite Duruds, they're like remembrance of the prophet and some other things. I have vision. So are you saying to me it's evil then?
No, your Quran is saying that. I'm not saying
the Quran doesn't say that.
It does.
The Quran doesn't say that. That's your understanding.
You keep saying this understanding thing, but
back to understanding.
Can I please say this one thing? My problem has been that.
Can I, Leo? Let me interject here. Honey Crown just mentioned something very important. You must understand that Islam is practiced very different in different parts.
Right.
The Muslims in Nigeria practice this completely different, and she sounds very much like a Nigerian Muslim, right? Do you know that there are some Muslims, they started now in Nigeria, they started laying hands, and people are falling under falling under, like the Christians will fall under the anointing. There are Muslim women in the hijab, right? They hold their microphone, they go up there and they lay hands on people and they're falling, they're praying for people. And, so Islam is practiced very different in different parts of the world. So just so you know,
it's like Christianity. Same thing. Christianity is practiced some things even different days in different parts of the world.
But my problem,
and hearing her talk, it sounds like just like what we hear in Christianity. Same anecdotal things to say some of them say they have dreams and that Yahweh, Jesus speaks to them in the dreams. That's why I keep saying, what methodology, what tools do you use to determine whether you are right and they're wrong? What tools? And you can't say the Quran because they will say the Bible. And so
make sure you're
they can still end up the same thing.
Let's get to 20K.
The reason why I wanted to like tell her that like it's frustrating that she's not bringing up anything in the Quran. Like if she can acknowledge that that Muslims practice Islam differently, then ask any Muslim that's a Sunni why they do not consider a Shia a Muslim. Why they say that the way that they're practicing is not right and that they are not Muslim, and why when you do ask them about how who are they to decide whether or not a practice in Islam is worthy of Allah, they will tell you a lot of people outside of Africa, because culture and religion do mix. Someone called it Pentecostal like Islam, and it might be funny, but it is true. Like it all depends on the region. But the problem is that if the Quran says that you these are the rules that you have to, the way that you have to hold yourself as a Muslim. And I've heard a lot of Muslims say that that they're not an individual, but rather a means of God to bring this religion to us. So it's not fair that we have to hold the space for her, but she's unable to do the same. Like we've not been able to read through one surah at all, a verse, whether that be her read it to us in her translation and being dismissed, or the fact that we talk about the hadith. How are we supposed to get to know how she practices Islam, or answer any of the questions if it does not even move on from her saying her experience? She does not say any of the verses. I've had to find it for her as an ex-Muslim.
And Leo, a lot of what she's saying, it looks like she's receiving things. It's like she's a special. She and I think it's that personal relationship, because she's receiving things very specially through dreams and through her personal relationship. So hers is a different kind of Islam.
All that being said, at the end of the day, if you're a Muslim, you got to go by the Quran.
Exactly.
So, I mean, still don't get it. If it's written that Allah, the first thing Allah created is pen, do I need explanation for that?
No, you don't.
So what are we even talking about? That's my point. You see, that has nothing to do with your personal encounter, your how you feel.
Interpretation.
Yeah. So I mean, what is written is written. Period.
So can I just say, you said whatever is written in your language or in my language.
Which one is your language?
My language is Yoruba, but what I'm saying to you is this. Let me explain something to you. When we're young, from a very, very young age, we start learning Arabic. Right. We learn the letters, the meaning. And as we get older, we start, we go to Quranic classes where we're taught the Quran. So as we progress in life, one thing with Islam is you have to seek knowledge. So I'm not, just because somebody said, for example, the sister mentioned that, in Islam, it doesn't mention, she, I should look for the verse where it says, women have to breastfeed to age 2. When you go into deeper meaning of some of the verses, this is when they explain these things to us. I can't just say, verse 2 says, women should breastfeed to age 2. It doesn't It's not like that. But when you go to deeper meaning and interpretation, that's where you get that explanation.
Hold on, sister. Can you please give us the deeper meaning of what the Quran says about breastfeeding a child till they're 2 years old?
So again,
what is the deeper meaning of?
You know, when I was Quran, the sister was saying that the Quran does not encourage.
No, I'm asking you because you just said it's not about just reading it as it's written. There is a deeper meaning. So I'm asking, what is the deeper meaning when the Quran says to breastfeed a child till they're 2 years old?
Okay. You know, we have different scholars. So we have scholars that during the time of the Prophet, they would try to explain and give deeper meaning. For example, when I said, you know, family planning, what, you know, when you're breastfeeding a child to up to age 2, the chances of you becoming pregnant is slimmer. You know, and it differs for everybody. That what the verse. Did you not hear what it doesn't always work? But that is what they tell you. It's a way of what they said to you. If you breastfeed the child to age 2, that gives you time to have safe period.
Yeah, for some people it works and some it doesn't. Yes,
that's just it. So
is that what the Quran was trying to say?
That is what the scholars do say. But what the scholars are saying, that's what the scholars say. But the Quran does not give you that literal meaning. But the scholars explain and expand on that information.
Do you have a
specific so how do we know that they're correct?
Oh wow! So so when the Quran tells you to breastfeed the baby till they're 2 years old. So, in other words, you know, Allah is indirectly trying to tell you to, you know, this is a family planning method, right? I like this.
Can I also just add to this? I'm going to turn on my camera to show that I have Surah Al-Baqarah because I think she's not. This is the literal translation, but she can tell us what they actually mean by it.
I've actually found it. Okay. I found the one that talks about breastfeeding. Yeah.
Yeah, because it talks about the father needing to consent first on whether or not the mother is able to.
Is that 233?
Yeah, 233.
Okay. It says mothers may nurse or breastfeed their children 2 complete years for whoever wishes to complete the nursing period. Upon the father is their provision and their clothing according to what is acceptable. No person is charged with more than his capacity. No mother shall be harmed through their child, and no father through his child. And upon the father's hair is a duty like that of the father. And if they both desire weaning through mutual consent from both of them and consultation, there is no blame upon either of them. And if you wish to have your children nursed by a substitute, what? If you wish to have your children nursed by a substitute, there is no blame upon you, as long as you give payment according to what is acceptable, and fear Allah, and know that Allah is seeing of what you do.
Oh, so you can pay somebody to breastfeed for you.
To nurse, substitute. Guys, I'll be back.
That's not what it means. I mean, that's, you know, hold on.
That's not what it means.
What it means is that, excuse me, please. You know, some people, they give their child to they have childminders in their home. It doesn't mean you give your child to somebody else is breastfeeding your child for you. You can have childminders. Oh my God. Somebody else to breastfeed your child.
Oh gosh.
I mean, in some cultures like that happens. It's not like bizarre, but okay, that's fair. But I'm still very confused about, you know, you said that it's for, you didn't mention anything about about the way that it's acceptable. Like it has to come from the father as well before it's consensual. So why did you not explain this? Is this a misinterpretation? Like, why didn't you bring up? Because I think this is a very important point. Because if the father needs to tell the breastfeeding mother whether or not she is allowed to stop breastfeeding, what does that say about her position within her own body? But even not talking about the body, why does God care so much that that it says that in the Quran that it should be a decision for both of them on whether or not she's capable? Like he's not able to feel what she's feeling.
Can I just answer that question, please? When you mention that, you have to discuss with the father first.
Yeah.
I'm not sure what you mean, because in every relationship, it's the woman that has she's the one who, the overall say. She has the over when it comes to childbearing. So, I don't get what you mean by she needs to discuss with the husband that she's the one breastfeeding. So the husband is not breastfeeding, is he?
Okay, so I'll read to you what it says, just the part that's important.
Which one are you reading from, please?
It's still Surah Al-Baqarah, verse 233. But this interpretation is by, let me check who it is. No, this is just the Quran. I'll put the camera on so you can see where I'm reading it from. Okay. Okay. So here it is, and I'll put it close.
Oh, you're checking on the internet. That's where the issue is. That is where the, you know why that's where the issue is, because there are hold on. I was trying to understand.
First, could you stop this, please? The thing is, this is Quran.com, and let's be honest, this is a reliable source. This is a direct translation to the type of Qurans, the physical books that you read. This is the exact translation that you will see.
Could you
and right
give
here,
me the verse again, please? Give me the verse, please. Give me the verse, please.
Wait, how do you not know the verse? Haven't you been listening? We've said it a lot of times.
No, because you know why I asked you? Because some of the interpretation of the Quran on the internet, some of them are not accurate. Some of them they've been misinterpreted by other people.
But Tyler, do you have a Quran with you?
Yeah, that's why I asked her. That's why I asked her which verse she's reading, so I can tell.
So we're gonna give you the benefit of the doubt, so you can read it out for us. Okay. Yeah. All right.
You can follow on Quran.com, and you see.
And it's from Sahih International. Are you trying to tell me that the house of Da Abdul Qasim, who are a direct lineage to Prophet Muhammad, are not able to translate their book properly, to translate the Quran properly, in your words?
That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is there's been messages for us telling us that some of the websites are being corrupted. I'm not saying that particular.
Okay,
I'm asking you a question.
Read it from your Quran. Read it from your Quran.
Just hold on, please.
And what type of Quran do you have? Because we all have Qurans. What type do you have?
This was the one I got from Saudi Arabia.
So what type is it?
Fancy.
This is the one I got from Saudi Arabia.
Yeah, but which who's the translator?
Okay,
or the imam?
Okay, just hold on, please. This is by Dr. Muhammad Taqi Huddin.
Okay. Leo, you there?
Yes.
Yeah?
Okay, Leo. Okay, Leo.
sorry. I'm just I'm trying to get my glasses because I can hardly see properly. Just hold on, please.
No, it's okay. Take your time.
Take your time.
Okay, which one do you want me to read, please?
Okay. Yeah, it looks like that.
We said 233. So yeah, verse 233. Surah Al-Baqarah.
Yeah.
Somebody's saying, how do we know if she's going to be reading 233 and she's not going
I'm reading 233. Let me just get my hijab and I'll put my. I don't know whether you can see me live because I'm actually cooking in the kitchen as I'm talking to you. But let's see if I can. I don't know how I can go to live because I don't think I've got enough people. But I have got that right in front of me. Please,
you do have
I will not
enough.
read you something else.
Okay, I'll show you. If you look at
the mothers shall give suck.
If you
to
go
their
the
children
place where
for
it says
2 whole years, that is for those parents who desire to complete the term of suckling.
Hey, I
But
think
the
it
father
will
of the
be only
child
fair
shall bear the cost of the mother's
turn on your
food
camera
and clothing for a reasonable
I don't know if
basis.
mispronounce her name.
No person shall have a burden laid on him greater than he can bear. No mother shall be treated unfairly on account
could you
of a
please
child.
first turn on the
child
camera and show us what you're reading?
Father on account of his child.
Please turn on your camera and turn it to the paper
Can you hear me?
to the Quran. We can hear you, but turn it to the Quran so we can see what you're reading. Since we can't see it as well. We don't know what Quran you're reading from.
I'm reading it. Okay.
Turn the camera.
I don't know how you can go live. I don't know how you can go live. Because,
I will tell you.
I don't think I've got enough people.
I'll help you how. Okay. So
she has 1,395 followers.
So
press
the icon that shows multi-guest.
Yeah.
And then go to modify.
Yeah.
And then press the camera, like it's showing a line on the camera. Press it again and then save. But save it to when you're looking at the book, not your face, because I understand you wear hijab and you want to. Oh, okay. All right, there you go.
The mothers should give suck to their children for 2 whole years.
Want to see the book.
No, turn
this is the book. This is the book. This is the book.
Turn the camera around. Sorry, so that we can see what you're reading. That's all. Just for transparency. Everyone in the comments is asking for that, so it would just mean that since.
Can you see? Can you see?
Wait, can I tell you how to turn the camera around? Then you can.
Okay,
then
tell me. Tell me.
So go again to multiple guest. Go to modify again, and on the camera there's the icon next to the camera sign. It flips the camera.
Oh.
I didn't know that.
There, if you go back to the modify settings,
I have
on camera, right next to it, there's another symbol where it kind of shows like it's
like a circle with 2 arrows, half arrows going around it.
Yeah, exactly.
Is it this one? Can you see?
But you need to save it. Go back to it again and do exactly the same thing. Then press save. Then it should be well. Oh.
Can you see?
No, you got to press it again.
Oh, okay.
Sorry, I know it's just.
Yeah, you got to press the. Because you want the. Good.
Press save. I pressed save when I did it, so I'm not
so you got to put the Quran under there, open that you can see the words that person
just hold on, please. Let me try again.
You have the camera right by you have to put the Quran with it open under there, under the camera.
I think you've turned the camera off again.
It's off. Okay. Can you see?
No. You know what? Okay.
Yes. That's good.
Okay.
That's it.
Okay. The mothers should give suck to their children for 2 whole years. That is for those parents who desire to complete the term of suckling. But the father of the child shall have the cost of the mother's food and clothing on a reasonable basis. No person shall have a burden laid on him greater than he can bear. And it goes on all the way. Shall I continue reading? But it's
yes, please.
No burden greater than it can be. No mother shall be treated unfairly on account of a child, not father on account of his child, and on the father, and on the father's hair is incumbent the like of that which was incumbent on the father. If they both include on if they both decide on winning by mutual consent and that the consultation there is no sin on them, and if you decide on to foster suckling mother for your children, there is no sin on you, provided you pay the mother what you agreed to give her on a reasonable basis, and fear Allah and know that Allah is also of what you do.
And the part that says suckling mother, it said foster mother.
Yeah, you know, like some people, you know, for example, now maybe somebody, you know, they died during childbirth. Somebody else will look after a child.
Okay, but can we also acknowledge that what you've read is nearly word for word what I was saying? It says mutual consent. And what that means is that it is not on her choice, even though he has to he has to, what do you call this, ensure that she's comfortable. He still makes a decision over her body about whether or not.
Does he say he makes the decision here? Does he say that?
He gets to have a say in it. That's what
he doesn't say that there. He doesn't say that in this I've read.
It says mutual consent, but it is
that
not
is both parties. That's both parties.
But he's not the one giving. He's not the one who has given birth, or
but that's not the question. The thing is saying mutual. He didn't say.
But it's not a mutual decision.
Mutual.
He's not the one breastfeeding, and that was my problem. And you told me that the translation that I had.
No, it says mutual.
Can I please finish my point? My problem is that I was reading for you and I made sure that I found a translation that would be almost word for word what you had, and this is exactly. I said mutual consent,
you didn't say and mutual. You said he has to consent. They're two different things.
Oh my days!
Mutual and he has to consent are two different things.
You're misunderstanding me, because both of those things are true, because he gets to decide in it as a mutual party.
He didn't
it's
say
not
that.
a mutual. Let me finish my sentence, please. When I say mutual consent, meaning that he gets a say in it when he shouldn't. That is my problem. That is what I keep trying to say, but you keep cutting me out. And my second point is that now that we've established that both the Qurans that we have are the same thing, could you please stop telling us that we're misinterpreting you, because that is now becoming a way for us not to continue.
Can I say something? You said, listen clearly, and I heard you clearly. You said he has to make the decision. That's not what this is saying.
No, that
mutual
is not what I said.
Discussion.
And you're not listening to what I'm saying. Hey, the person that's making fun of her for her kitchen, no, we're not doing that. That is not acceptable. But
yeah,
what
that's
I
not
did,
acceptable. Don't
I'm
do that.
cooking. I
what
should not
I
even
did
be
say,
doing it.
no.
I'm supposed to be cooking. I just,
No,
you know what?
no. I'm saying that what they've said in the chats was unacceptable. They do not get like that. That is uncalled for. What my problem I'm saying is you're not understanding what I'm saying. It shouldn't be a mutual conversation in the sense that if he says no, if it's mutually consensual, if he says no, then she cannot stop. If he says yes and she says no, then she can stop. Like that's what I mean. Like he should not have an equal say in how she can handle it, how her body is able to handle breastfeeding. That is what I'm saying. My problem is that his decision has so much power that she might still have to continue breastfeeding if she's medically or physically unable to, because her husband and her did not consent together. That is what I meant. And even if he's AA Jungle, let me tell you, yes, he's the father of the kid. Let him breastfeed the child. Yep, come on, please. Let him have his rights over his kid and breastfeed. Because what we're saying is some women cannot. Like some women are unable, like pain that they feel when they're breastfeeding, and it makes them, let's take religion out of the picture. The shame that women feel for being unable to breastfeed, to do something that they've been told is absolutely natural to them, that they're unable to bring out milk or to lactate lactate as soon as they give birth, that they feel ashamed. And then you want to say that it is his right, let him lactate and give milk to the child, because we're talking about the health of the woman. Because I know if I say the argument of that it is her right and it's her choice, you're not going to understand that because of coming from different points of views. But we're talking about
I do understand a woman's rights. I do understand a woman's right, and I do believe in a woman's right.
No, I'm not talking. See, the problem is you keep making assumptions that I'm speaking about you. I said I'm talking about this.
Somebody made a comment.
Sorry, guys. Sorry.
She's talking for you, rather. You're not even listening.
I apologize. I had to. Okay. Can we maybe move the conversation along?
Yeah, let's do that.
Yeah? Yeah. Can we move the conversation along?
Yes, please.
Oh, what happened? What happened to her?
I don't know. I think she left or something like that.
Oh, was she about to show something?
Oh, she read us through. Yeah. Oh, sorry, Reskillo.
Go ahead, baby girl.
We read through the actual Surah Al-Baqarah, and she read the verse, and it did we're talking about mutual consent, but the problem is she does not want to hear what other people are saying, and that was what was happening, because she told me that the Quran version that I was reading was not right because it's online. Then she read, and nearly word for word, it was the exact same thing.
Are you for real?
Yep. Absolutely the exact same thing.
Oh, wow. Listen, let me tell you.
I like her though. She's cool. I like her.
You do?
Oh yeah. She thinks I'm mean, but I mean, I don't know why she thinks so. I'm the nicest guy ever. I mean, if she'd have met Justice is right here, and was Sky, oh my God, there would have been a different issue.
He said Leo is making things up, reasons. Let me tell you, I will tell you this. I'm not because this is not to be biased at all, right? When I've heard Muslim people on here try to explain, a lot of what they say don't make sense. But when Leo speaks about this subject, it makes sense. And I don't know why that's the case. to me, I feel like they're trying to deflect from what is being said, right? They're trying to make you see something that isn't there. You're not dumb. You see what it is, right? But because they're trying to be not genuine, they're not trying to be honest people. They're trying to take you away from the subject, right? They end up just making a mess of the whole thing. Whereas with Leo, because she hasn't got any biases, she's not bound by this text. She will tell you as it is. So I don't know if anyone gets the same, but that's what I get.
Thank you. And I want to also add that I did try even bringing up.
Did I see African Diamond?
Oh yeah, she's here. Yeah, I don't know if she's
Where is she?
I think she might have left, but she was here a couple of minutes ago when we were reading.
Oh, was she? Oh
yeah.
Oh, sorry.
And also, just to add to people, you do notice that like I was the only one who actually brought up her evidence for her. I went to search up these verses because I know them, and I brought it for her since she was unable to say it. She had the Quran with her there, and the only reason we had a conversation about it is because we found the actual surahs she was referring to. So like, yes, I can admit I have my own biases, but like for the sake of the conversation, I do put them aside so we can have a conversation because I also have my questions about it. Hello, African Diamond.
Hey, how are you guys?
I was about to send a search party to look for this woman. I was about to send some angels to Israel to go and look for this woman.
Ha! So why did you send them now, sister? I've been waiting. No, listen. I was using my iPad to enter even Bola's live. I had a problem. Yeah, I had a problem with my phone, so it got fixed. But now it's okay.
Okay.
That was actually a few days ago, and I took my time to actually go and fix it. You know, so I thought I could enter live with my iPad, but my iPad is giving me problems too.
I use my iPad for this. This is my iPad now.
Yeah, but the iPad it's the iPhone, and I'm using Android, so that's one of the problems. Yeah, so I will enter, go out, enter, go out because it doesn't stick to one place. Keeps on kicking me out. So
okay.
Yeah, but I think that actually I'm actually considering to actually get an iPhone to go along with the iPad.
Yeah, iPhone.
I'm not sure yet. I'm still thinking about it.
iPhone is the better option.
Yeah.
iPhone is the better option. Android is...
My son has been making noise to me in my ear about that.
Android.
Everybody in this house wants an iPhone. So how has been the lives? How has been the everything? So how many souls have we gotten out from that dungeon?
Anyway, guys, listen. If you're
a African Diamond,
hey Phil,
particularly to Christians, the title says Jesus never existed, right? And I have reason for my for putting this up here. So if you're a Christian and you are confident, that Jesus did in fact exist, come up here and let us talk about it. And I will tell you why Jesus never existed. And secondly, Jesus never came for Africans.
Yeah.
Jesus said he only there's that
for the lost sheep.
Read the scripture. It says he only came for the lost sheep
of Israel.
So he didn't even come for the house of Israel. No. He came for those who were lost in the house of Israel. Right? And the last time I checked, the people that live in the Africas, they're not lost people, neither are they sheep, and that's not Israel. Never mind those ones that prance around, the Hebrew Israelites that tell themselves that they are Israelis. I don't understand. Some even go as far as to say that Jesus was from Nigeria. Oh, Jesus was from Nigeria. No, he was from the Igbo tribe. I think he was from the Igbo tribe. That's what I've heard. Let me tell you, I've heard all sorts of ridiculous things. But Jesus was from the Igbo tribe in Nigeria, right? I am Muslim, and I'm telling you that Jesus did exist, and is still existing. Is coming soon. Listen, this is one thing I don't understand. I don't understand how Jesus fits into Islam. I honestly don't know. How is Jesus how, because they're saying that Jesus is coming soon. So, but do they believe in Jesus? Do Islamic people believe in Jesus?
Yeah, they have to.
Yeah.
It's the law. It's, you see, the Quran says, and correct me, Leo, the Quran says you have to, if you have to be a good Muslim, you have to believe the Bible.
Yeah.
Quran, yes. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what it says. So any Muslim
So you have to believe everything in the Bible?
Exactly, that's how it goes. So anybody who comes out here and you're a Muslim and you condemn the Bible, I look at you like you don't even know what you're talking about, because you're supposed to believe the Bible.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Although they were saying that it was corrupted.
They get so emotional about it, and and when they are when you're actually confronting them with their own thing they believe in, they get so defensive and building walls around them that it's more like you are attacking them. But they're the one who came forward wanting to actually protect that Quran, protect that Bible, and protect their laws and their whatever they believe in. Okay, so now they were trying to sell the whole myth thing to us, as they were trying to tell us how it came about to be like this, how it's supposed to look in a spiritual eye, but now we refuse to see that in that eye that they want us to see it. Now they build all these walls and all this, and they bring all sorts of reasons why, and they don't even make sense. And then when you try to make sense out of it, you even end up answering your own questions you've been asking them, and you find yourself like, like, seriously, it's ridiculous. It's ridiculous.
I've had this Muslim person a couple of days ago when I was like trying to have a conversation. I'll be honest, I'm very grateful for these lives, because it's made me be able to have to kind of grow a backbone to be able to talk about these things without letting my emotions get the best of me. So I can see the improvement in the way that I speak. So I was trying to confront this person about one of the Surah Al-Nur. And he said that it was two men. And before I could even finish my sentence, they were like, oh, we can just tell that you've been traumatized. Just look, it's just not right what happened. And I was like, thank you for the acknowledgement, but that's between me and my doctor. Let's continue. And then he just did not want to speak to me anymore.
Classic.
Just 1 second. Mojo, I see you. I know you sent me quite a few things on through my email about Islam, explaining Islam. I'm hoping to get to it this weekend. I've had a busy, it's been so until that's gone, everything else has to wait. I cannot fill my head with any more information than what I already have. So I apologize. But I see everyone in chat. AR, Ian Davenport, Mojo, Richard.
But
yeah.
The Afro. How did that
hey.
How did that interview go? That live that you were supposed to go to?
Well, he never got back to me.
Oh no! Really?
I was challenged by a Christian to come over to his platform to come and talk about why I think why I left Christianity or why something. I don't remember now. And
he got cold feet.
Yeah, I never got anything back from him. So what was his name again?
I forgot his name. I think he got called. I'm 100% sure he watched each and every one of your videos and to know what he's against, what is against. You understand? And I believe me when I'm telling you.
There was something. Oh, sugar! I can't remember his name.
I forgot his name either. You know, for him to bring you in front of his congregation, say something.
He's the seasoned apologist.
Now it rings a bell. Yeah, now it rings a bell.
Very seasoned.
No, he ran away, or maybe he had something. Let's hope that it's just busy, whatever. And I was actually looking forward to actually see that how it's gonna go.
So no Christians are coming up to speak about Jesus. Oh. Jesus right now.
I think maybe I chased everybody away. No.
Jesus will be very sad right now.
I think I chased everybody away. The minute I came up, everybody just went away. I don't know what happened.
Auntie Empress is a Christian. Since when?
An hour ago. She's a born again Christian. She found the Holy Spirit.
Is she going to do an evangelist on us?
Menok is asking Auntie Empress, which hospital were you reborn in? Hello, sister in the Christ.
I just wanted to say it openly. I just wanted to say openly, I repent from believing in the pink fluffy unicorn that fought rainbows. Because 1 hour ago I was on a live with a Christian and
we have Sadiq. Yeah.
His preaching was just so good and he gave me like a prophetic word and he told me that the Holy Ghost wants to be friends with me, and I asked him, how can I be friends with the Holy Ghost? And he said that you just need to go into your closet and ask him to be your best friend, and that's what I did. So that like now
can I
I hope, Sadiq, you fixed your network, and today you're gonna let everybody speak so you can also listen.
Yeah, of course. Thank
Okay,
you,
bro.
Skilo.
Okay, what's up, Sadiq?
Yeah, so I find it funny you're mocking Christians. And
I'm
funny,
mocking.
funny thing.
I'm wait.
Funny thing. Hold on,
Hang on.
sorry.
Did you say I'm
yeah,
mocking?
it's funny to me. Yeah, it's mocking, right?
How have I mocked?
So she said, yeah, I know I can't defend Christianity because I know Christianity is all about the true religion.
How have I mocked Christians?
Okay. There is a person here before me. She's saying she's talking about the theology about there is a spirit in her closet and something like something like that. I couldn't understand the full, but that's I will laugh about that.
So do you want me to do the same thing with Islam? If you're laughing at Christianity, I can do the same thing for you for Islam if you want that.
So yeah, you are free to do anything, but I want to make a productive conversation here. That's why I am here. I'm not here to mock anyone, or I would like you to mock my religious stress. So I want you, whatever you say, I understand you are very responsible people here, and the reason why I used to come here, I really want to see your perspective of seeing the world, right? Because now you say you are disbelievers. You don't believe. That's what you claim. So I really want to see your perspective because I'm a believer. You are disbeliever. Some of you, they believed before, but now they are not. And
before you go too far, this is what I'm going to tell you. I'm the richest man in the whole wide world. Would you believe me?
You said?
I'm the richest man in the whole wide world.
If you are the richest person in the whole world, I suppose to know. I can't just believe.
Okay, exactly. It's like religion. We have to know.
It's not.
Listen. We have to know. We don't have to believe.
All right.
So it's like you saying something, without proof, and you expect us to believe. It doesn't work like that.
Okay. All right. Yeah. You're right, Preskilo. But let me ask you something, please.
Mm-hmm.
You see, like now, you made a claim that there is no God. And to us believers, there is so much question that existence of God answered us that questions. So when you say there is no God, that's mean you made a claim, which is mean you bear the burden of proving that there is no God. Can you prove me in your concept that there is no God?
All right. So there is a positive and negative thing. You should make a claim first for me to say there's no God, because I don't believe there's God, but you said there is God. So the burden of proof is on you, not me.
Okay, so all right.
But then
so
let me try to tell you something.
All right.
Even on that, let me try to prove to you. I haven't seen God before. I don't know him, haven't seen him before, haven't heard from him before. That's why I say there's no God. Equally, Sadiq, have you seen God before?
Yeah.
You seen God?
No, I can't see. No.
Okay. Have you heard from God?
Me directly, no.
Have you felt God?
You said?
Have you feel him? Like, felt him?
Yeah, I feel him.
So basically what you're telling me is it's based on your feelings. That's all. But it's no physical evidence.
No. It's go beyond that.
What's the physical evidence? The physical evidence, I don't want you to tell me anything after death. What is your physical evidence that there is God? Please.
All right. So simply, when you ask me the physical evidence of existence of God, I will say creation.
Creation?
I make creation.
Creation of what? Creation of tin can?
Okay, thank you very much.
Creation of tin can or creation of what are we creating?
Exactly.
Listen, there is a creation of man and there is a creation of God. Listen.
No, when you say creation,
listen.
Please be specific. What are we creating?
Okay. Of course. Oh, thank you. When I say creation, I mean, you see, everything that man created, he took material, molded it, manipulated it, do something to it. But he took material. That material, how did you get it? When I say creation, that very material, that the beginning, that fundamental material is the creation of God. Because it wasn't, even us, we are creation. We know we didn't create ourselves.
No, I wasn't created. I don't know any human being who was created.
Okay, so thank you, Rashida.
It's just two people that are claimed to be created.
Okay, so Rashida, let me ask you this question, please. Can you please, you see, there is one scholar, Islam scholar, that he's saying something, and it is really resonate you what you're doing here. He said, the people who believe, who talk about God so much after believers are the atheists. And exactly, he's right. That's, you always talking about God.
Well, that's why I say, okay. He's not an atheist, though. Well, I mean,
okay. All right, too. I talked here, when you say Afro-atheist, I thought everyone is atheist. Someone may be agnostic or something like that.
Me, I'm a
okay, let me get this a point, please.
Reskilo, are you an atheist?
No, I'm not.
You see, he's not an atheist.
Okay, so Reskilo, listen to me. Let me get to the point, please.
Yeah.
Okay. Are you listening?
I am.
No, but no, hang on.
Okay, so
Sadiq, you just said that someone said atheists, they talk about God, right? What did you say? What did you just say just now?
See, any possibility for the creator to all of this, the universe and everything? Do you think there will be a possibility?
Okay.
Because when you can be honest.
So, are you asking the question? Yeah, I'm being honest. You asked me, do I think, is that a question or what?
The question. Do you think there any possibility? I don't mean you believe it, but some, like the agnostic, they think they may be, but they need like empirical proof to that God.
No,
I
think you trying by all means to make Roskillo to believe that there is a God.
No,
that's what I think.
No.
But I understand where you're coming from.
I don't mean that.
But Sadiq,
listen.
Sadiq,
yeah. You see, I want to establish some. I want to establish something here. All right. Okay. Listen, Justice, this is not the first time me being here. We talk about this many times, so I want to make for the community. That's why I want to establish some stand here. You understand? Okay. All right. Okay. I'm not trying.
What's he trying to establish? What's he trying to establish?
Okay. Thank you. All right. I want
to trying to establish
really.
What are you trying to establish?
You see. Okay. So let me explain. You see, I understand people are different here with a different understanding. So before I move forward with providing that fruit, I want to understand that. Do you think, is there any possibility of I don't forget about God. Is there any possibility? Because when you look at us, if you are honest, when you look at us, you see we are designed. You see 4 hands, you see 5 fingers, you see 2 legs, you see everything is designed. But do you think, is there any possibility of designer? I don't.
Yeah, God. I do.
You mean Louis Vuitton or Gucci?
No, he's not.
Thank you very much. Look at Louis Vuitton. That's what you say. Look at Louis Vuitton. Whenever you see Louis Vuitton, you think this is
Daddy, my
design,
brother,
right? Okay.
But brother, don't go that way. I'm saying,
all right.
I understand where you're coming from because I feel there's a designer somewhere.
Thank you.
Okay.
Right. Okay. Thank
you.
Can
I tell you who my designer is?
All right. Okay.
Can I tell you who my?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. So.
But Raskilo, you have a God though.
Yes, but I'm trying to tell him about my designer though.
Your papa, your mama, your designers now.
Okay.
Yes. So do you know who my designer is?
Yeah. Okay. Who is your designer?
Do you know the ant, the animal called ant?
I know ants.
I think ants are the most creative thing ever. They can design anything in the world. So when it comes to creation, I think ants created the whole world. That's me.
Okay.
Whoa.
Okay. You think ant created the whole world, right?
Correct.
Okay. Which means you believe there may be a possibility of something creating this world, right?
No, not something. Ant.
Yeah, ant is something, right? I mean, what I want to point out is, you believe there is maybe a possibility for something creating this world, right?
Right.
No?
Right.
Okay, so thank you very much. All right. So that's what the point I want to make. So to me,
what is your point though? Because when you say that's your point, you are trying to tell me your creator and my creator is the same. It's not. It's too.
Let me get to that. I didn't say it's the same, but let me get to. I want to establish
that God is an ant. Be careful.
Okay, listen. You see, I want you when you want to say something to me, at least say. I like the way he's speaking. He's a very intelligent person. I like the way he's speaking. He's understanding me. So let me speak to him, please. Raskilo. To me, when you say you think ants is what is creating you, you just say you think it, right? there is, do you have any proof or any logical, in any logical sense that you can back your claim, like your thinking? Do you have it, for example?
Yes.
Okay, yeah.
Because when you go to the forest and you see ants moving stuff, they are very small, but they can move big mountains. They can do anything, create a big, I mean, so that's creation for me. That's what ants do. They create.
Raskilo.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
I've got a big backside. Can those ants move my backside?
Yes, they can, please.
Okay.
They will.
Okay.
It will take time.
I need some.
Okay.
I think from now on, I start to appreciate ants. I have them in my garden.
Now, you said the reason why you have. Okay, Raskilo, listen.
Yes.
The reason why you have this thinking that you think ant create you because you see they can move mountain, right? If that's your proof to support that thinking,
right?
Okay, so you see, I take your proof. So when I tell you about my God, you see your proof. How can I categorize your proof? Is that logic, or is that scientific, or
it's
mathematics?
My proof is reality. Do you want us to go see ants? Do you want us
if
to
you
go?
say it's reality, okay. Listen, if you say it's reality, right?
Right.
You say because they just moved the mountain, that's why you believe, right? That's your only point, right? You didn't see them creating human being. You didn't see them creating another living organism.
Right. I haven't.
All you have is, okay, all you have is because they didn't sand and
right.
They can move mountain. That's your point, right?
Right.
Okay. So if you can believe in that, Raskilo, when I told you that, when I look at myself, I see I am intelligent organism. I am more complex in creation than ants.
Right.
You understand? So I know that whoever created me with this intelligence has to be more intelligent than me. That's the reality. Whatever you see intelligence.
But this is the difference between the one I have and the one you have. Mine, I'm telling you, is the ant. You telling me is something imaginary. Ants are not imaginary.
Right.
Are you
listen.
So,
Rescue,
we can.
Okay,
we can
my
go
own.
and find
it
them.
wasn't okay.
Right, but you, where can we find your God? Nowhere.
All right. Okay, listen. All right. There is a way.
Sadiq, where's your own creator?
Okay, my own creator. He said there is a verse in the Quran that he said he is in the heaven. He's in.
No. Can you try and prove it to us without the Quran?
Okay, so let me give you my concept of God in a simple way, so that we don't need to keep looking at the one point.
Listen to the host.
Please tell us
all right.
Tell us where did he say it was again?
I say he said. He said he is. Yeah, he said. I can't see him. He said he is in the heaven.
Okay,
so in heaven, right?
So yeah. Sadiq, do you come on? Let's step out of religion a little bit and think about what you're saying. Does this even make sense to you?
Okay,
I mean, step out
of course, it makes sense to me. Let me explain to you why it makes sense to me. Let me explain to you why.
But does it make sense to you that when I tell you, hold on, does it make sense to you that when I tell you ants created you, does it make sense?
No, it doesn't.
Exactly. But you trying
the reason
to tell
why
me,
it doesn't, listen to me.
But you are trying to tell me, your imagination created me.
It's not imagination, or Skilo.
What
listen
is it,
to me,
brother?
please. Listen to me.
Okay.
Can I just ask Sadiq?
All right. Yeah.
Sadiq, please. You just said that God said in his book that, now, bear in mind, God never wrote this book, right? So other people wrote the book. You said that God lives in heaven. So where exactly is heaven?
Yeah.
Okay, so thank you very much. I will
Because
give you an example.
Listen, Sadiq, hold on.
Yeah, I'm listening. All right.
If you cannot provide a location for heaven, then it doesn't exist. You're just making it up. Either you're making it up, or whoever wrote it in the book, just making it up, because there is nowhere where we can go to go find this place. It's just make believe.
By the way, do you even know that that Muhammad never wrote that Quran? No, and also no prophet, no Islam prophet ever wrote that Quran. Do you know that?
Okay, before I
you know that
was separating. Let me answer to her.
Let
me answer that was separating.
I found that lately Afro 80s. No prophet, no Islam prophet ever wrote.
Of course, you are right. He didn't.
Nobody from Islam.
Nobody
from Islam. No, actually, nobody from Islam ever wrote it.
I answer you. Let me speak to her now. She asked,
same as Christianity.
Okay, let me answer her first. I will get back to you.
See, Sadiq, this is one thing you have to realize. You're not going to be giving the platform to yourself. Since people will talk. So, let people also come in sometime.
All right,
okay?
yeah. So all right, thank you, Reskilo. Let me answer her now. She said something.
Thank you.
I know.
All right, okay. Listen.
That's my brother.
Horse, listen.
Yes, I'm listening.
You say, because if I couldn't show his location where he is, so he doesn't exist, right?
No.
So you have a conscience, right?
Yes,
you have a conscience, right?
Yes, imagination.
Where is your?
Yes, I have a
conscience.
Yes.
You have a conscience. Where is your conscience? Show me the location of your conscience.
We don't know.
Actually, there's someone in the chat who can answer this.
But listen, please.
Get me to heaven now.
You said?
Leo, you said what?
Now, listen. Now we're talking about something. Listen.
I asked a question about.
You want to leave?
Yeah, I want. I wanted to ask
the location of heaven. Now you're asking me about my conscience. I can't see my conscience.
Thank you very much.
I wanted to ask him, Sadiq, one question.
You believe your conscience exists, right?
Okay.
Because you can't see, what I try to point out here, because you can't see things, doesn't mean it doesn't exist. That's why I give you example with your own conscience. You know it exists. But
depending on what, depending on what you claiming, there are some things you don't need to prove its existence. But with what you are saying, when it comes to the creator, you're saying somebody created us and all that, we need to know.
So this is like
that's why. Okay,
I literally just sit here and say there is £1 million in my account, right?
Exactly.
I could just sit here and say there's £1 million sitting in my account,
right? And I'm buying a house, so they should give you the house key because you have £1 million.
It's not the same. It's not
and
the
they
same.
haven't seen the £1 million.
Okay. So Reskilo, let me give you another example.
Right.
Okay.
You know what?
You see, now I have now I have a phone in my hand. I have a phone in my hand.
Please.
And I wanted to tell you that, as I told you that, and no follower of Islam ever wrote Get
something, right? You say, let me explain that to you. I really want to explain that to you, because however, wherever you get it wrong. Sister.
Because people getting money in their pockets because of the same religion. So
listen, you like to talk, you don't want to listen.
No, but we've been listening to you for the past half an hour. Only you talking. Yeah.
There is so many people saying things, and I'm the only person to answer that. So when you say things, I didn't have a chance to answer. So I want answered, because what you say is something important to me, and you say you get it from somewhere, but I know wherever you say you get it is wrong.
Listen, I will try and post it. I'll share with you Afro Atheist, okay?
Yes, I would love to.
On DM. I'll share with you on DM.
You see,
and I'll try and post it. But if I'm actually scared to, not scared, worried to share it on my video. But I'll share with you. I think because of this, that they try to tempt now with this live. I know. So I got one red flag. So the next one is gonna be suspension for I don't know for how long.
Oh, okay. So okay, that's what must have happened, because it just everything just shut down.
Yeah, it's because it's me.
Okay. I don't even know what on earth you said that made them shut it down.
Yeah.
Because they don't like when you're talking about the reality, the truth.
Listen,
they like it when you lie. When you lie, they actually let you lie. You understand?
No.
What exactly that reality that you say?
What you don't understand is, just for future purposes, I just would have to have an idea what was said.
Yeah.
So we do, so as not to, same issues again.
You want me to say what was said?
No, don't. I mean, don't. Of course, don't say it word for word, but just an idea.
I would have loved to. I would have loved to say that actually, but yeah. I would have loved to.
You
but I'm trying to figure out codes how I can say it without yeah.
Okay.
Because it also, you know why? Because it also involves the indigenous people of this place, not the ones that are existing now.
Listen, what you say, listen,
you understand?
Sister, you are saying something that is wrong.
That's why, and it can actually trigger something. So, you understand me?
And listen, sister, who on this platform?
Because you're saying something that is not true.
No, please,
it's not. Please. I don't think that's the reason why this happened. Because because those who on this platform, they are not religious people. So I don't believe this is because.
So where do you live?
They are not religious people.
Okay, where do you live?
Please, let me. You said something. Please let me answer this to you, because I really want to answer this. You didn't let me. Why?
Okay, listen. So, do you believe that? Do you believe that the government doesn't control any TikTok? Doesn't control anything? You believe that in any country of your region? No, I'm asking. Do you believe that they don't? Do you believe that they don't maneuver with your IP right now?
What are you saying? It is not in the something that
what is so hard for you to understand what I'm trying to say? Are you trying to get me blocked right now? Like seriously?
See, Phil, say you are trying to say something to me. I don't think we will have any conversation.
You were saying that complexity is the hallmark of design. Complexity is not really the hallmark of design. All right. And there's where a lot of religious people who believe in creation, that God created this world, get tripped up. Complexity is not the hallmark of design. When a designer or architect or so on, they strive for usually good design or excellent design is one where it is simple, but yet and effective. Complexity does not indicate design. It shows the contrary.
Okay, so all right. Okay.
Right. So hold on. I am not finished. Let me finish. You had your time to speak.
All right. Okay.
If you are trying to say that, are you saying? Well, let me ask it. Are you saying that that around us we have a perfect creation? Is that what you're saying, or are you just saying because it's complex, hence a creator? Or are you saying both?
Can you repeat your last? What you said?
Are you saying that because we see complexity in nature, that indicates a creator? Or are you saying that that there is perfection, that these things are made so perfect that indicates there's a creator? Or are you saying both, or are you not saying that?
Yeah, both. I'm saying both.
So if you are talking about so perfect is not so perfect, number one, I can show you. Giraffes have this blood vessel, I think it's a blood vessel, which goes all the way up its neck, comes back down to the point where it's supposed to go. Not good design at all. The shortest route will have been better, right? There is other we have a what's it? It's not spleen. The other one, appendix, serves no function right now. It just does not serve any function, yet is there and causes people problems. Rather, complexity, what you're seeing, complexity and bad design right now, in some cases, in a lot of cases, is the result of evolution. This is what you will expect from evolution, from not random, because I know some persons have this wrong idea about evolution, that you're saying it's random. It's not random. There are certain mechanisms that occur, certain mechanisms that cause animals to adapt or to change with time. So it has nothing to do with randomness. To the contrary, I'm not saying that you say that, but I've heard a lot of Christians, I have heard Muslims say that just on another podcast. It does not have to do with any randomness. Evolution does not. And evolution is a fact. There's evidence.
Phil is out. He's out.
Oh, he's
He
gone.
dropped out.
Phil, please, I would like you to. I have your DM, right?
We've got
Yeah.
Yeah,
You can DM me.
Yeah, I would like to check that thing out, hey.
Okay,
to check it out, because even when I went to that row of books, because I was looking for a specific book, but then that lady there looked at me and asked me if I'm certified, whatever. But but I said no, because I knew somebody from there, and it's not far from my house, so they allowed me to. And I was with it for they gave me 3 hours, so I had to take pictures.
okay.
What are you guys talking about?
All right.
That thing we were talking about before.
That we were talking about before. That's
I have no clue what you guys are talking about, but I'm hoping someone will fill me in.
That thing we were talking about before they closed down the live.
Which one? What were we talking about?
No, you can't. She can't mention it, but she'll DM me.
Okay, all right.
I'll DM both of you. Don't worry. DM both of you.
We've got someone new. 1 Billy. Hey, 1 Billy.
Hi.
Yeah, we have somebody here.
Am I getting your name correctly? 1 Billy?
Yeah, that's correct.
Oh, okay. When you say 1 Billy, have you got 1 billion? 1 billion what?
I've got 1 billion stones.
What kind of stones?
Very precious jewels.
Precious stones?
Yeah.
So does that mean you're rich?
It's somewhere in Africa, in my village.
Are you rich?
Bring me 1 stone now, bros.
Yeah, everyone is rich. I think so.
No, I'm not about everyone.
It depends on what rich. Depends on what
What?
richness you want to call it like.
No, you can't just call yourself 1 billion and just you're not rich at all. 1 billion. What's the point? Calling yourself 1 billion and then you're just nothing.
Depending what rich what rich you're talking about.
Financially rich or family rich or spiritually rich.
I consider myself very rich in every way.
Okay. Well, I was just asking because of course I want to know whether you're rich so I can make you my best friend. But never mind.
So you make friends only with rich people. You don't make friends with people.
No, I've got friends who aren't rich, but I think I need to upgrade.
To upgrade next level.
I hear
that. Did you want to add to the conversation?
Yeah, I was just following up. I seen about the Afro-atheist thing, which I kind of like. I mean, I've been always interested to to see, well, especially Africans or Afro people.
Mm-hmm.
If that is the real term to use, Afro-Caribbean. Because we've gone a long way. If I was to add something, we've gone a very long way, and I think that a lot of us from the mental slavery, from the physical slavery they kept us for a very, very long time. God knows how many, 500 years, 700 years. We're still going through another form of slavery, which is the mental slavery, you know, and that is going on for a very long time. And it takes a few people. Well, a few people already awakened. Let me use that word. A few people are already awakened, but there's a majority of us that are still in that cocoon, you know, in that darkness of not understanding a lot of things. And the thing that is kind of like really blinding us is this so-called religion in whatever shape or form.
Right.
You know, I think that religion, especially Christianity, especially, that has caused a lot of damage in Africa. That's my personal opinion. You know,
brother, what religion are you? Islam, Christianity?
I'm pantheism. So pantheism, I believe that there is not really God as in what people think that there is a God up in heaven. I just believe that my God is nature. Right?
Okay.
That's what
that's interesting.
Yeah. I believe that God is in nature. God is nature. Let me put it that way. God is nature. Yeah.
Have you never thought
atheists,
maybe? Okay.
If atheists thinks there's not God. Yeah. But sorry?
Have you never thought maybe this God that you're looking for in the nature, it's actually you, in you?
Yeah, I'm part of nature.
No, I'm asking. Nature. Have you never thought that God you're looking for out there, maybe it's you, inside you?
No, because I'm part of nature. I'm answering your question, Mom.
I'm asking that because it talks about nature. So most of the people that actually talk about nature being like God is out there, and normally they think that they are God, you know.
Yeah, so in my context, I would think anything that makes up the universe, let me put it that way, be it the forces of water, the forces of the wind, the forces of humans, the forces of life, the stones, everything that builds up the sky, everything. is the power. There is a power
the
in
sky is
this thing.
endless, my brother.
What sort of power?
What sort of power is? Scientists will tell you something different. But I believe that there is an energy, if that's the best way to describe it from my
But
own
do
end.
you understand? Okay, what form of energy?
The energy that makes this thing come to existence.
No, there's not just energy. Do you know that energy can change from one form of energy to another? There's heat energy, light energy, etc.
Absolutely. I'm aware
yeah,
of that.
so it's not energy as in just energy.
It's energy as in
Dr. Phil, that one is for
Because
you.
there are different forms of energy, there are different types of energy rather.
Yeah, but the point I'm trying to make here is there's an energy, regardless whether there's different forms of energy.
What evidence do you have that there is this energy that you're talking about? Because it sounds nebulous, and you can't. I would like you to describe what is this energy you're talking about.
I don't have to bring any sort of energy to justify myself. I'm talking on the basis of.
No, I am asking you to describe its properties. How have you detected? How do you detect these properties, etc.? What properties does this energy that you're talking about have, and how is it detected?
All right. So to answer to that question in a very simple word is, the energy to me would be in terms of how things are formed, how we get to interact with the universe itself, you know.
How we interact with the universe, we interact with the universe. So we can interact with the stars and the planets outside of our planet.
I would think so.
You will think so. What evidence do you have? What was the evidence?
Yeah,
that's why I asked. How do you know?
Like I said, there is no evidence that I will bring to you, but
so
I am thinking about
why will you believe it if there's no evidence?
If you're gonna keep cutting me, then we're not going anywhere. So I'm saying that I wouldn't have any evidence to justify it here, but I can tell you on how I feel and I perceive things. So if I was to ask a question about the stars,
so it's your own personal experience.
That's correct.
So your personal experience does not help any of us. Do you understand that? It does not help us to know what you're talking about, because I'm going you have not described exactly what that energy is. And for us to understand, so that we will know whether or not we have experienced that energy, you have to explain clearly what that energy is, what you mean by that energy, what are the properties of that energy. Because I've not communicated with anything outside this planet.
It does not have to resonate with you to accept what I'm trying to say. I'm not here to preach about whether people.
No, I'm not talking about preaching. I'm not talking about preaching. You still need to explain, because if it is that you can't explain it and you don't really have an idea about what it is, it's just nebulous.
Yeah,
and it's just word salad.
You asked the question,
right? That's
which
what
I
I'm
was
just
landing on the
saying.
question, and the question I was landing is, so if you see we're talking together, we're not really understanding. So let's be a bit very
But you need to explain.
You asked about the star, and I said you asked about the star.
Hold on. Let Esther speak, please.
Hold on 1 second. So you talk about energy, and this is something that I particularly do not like when it comes to people who believe in not so much the Abrahamic gods, people that talk about nature and aura and energy and all these things. No two persons say the same thing. right? Ask them what they mean. And it's like they can't tell you exactly what on earth this energy thing they keep talking about.
No, I was saying it. I was saying it because before someone is interrupting me.
Just hold on, right? So someone said in the chat, right, that's vibration is energy, right? And everything and everyone vibrates, right? And I was trying to tell you, maybe is that sort of the place where you're going? Because Phil wants to know what are the properties
energy,
this energy that you talk about.
Air also is energy, you know.
Yeah, energy. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. When I started talking, I said, to me, I believe that my God, to me, I see God in universe. And in the universe is form of, how do I communicate? And the communications is in different energy levels. And we can break energy into forces. It's a force. Energy is a force. You know, whether you want to call it a wave, whether you want to call it kinetic energy, whether you want to call it potential energy, it's an energy.
No, it's all are not the same. Stop. I teach science, and what you're saying there is not correct. There are different types of energy, and they're converted from one to the other, one form to the other.
But is it energy?
They're not one energy.
Is it energy?
Just listen. It is not one. It is not one energy.
But is
That's
it energy,
where I'm getting at, because people come with this thing is energy. What energy? There is different forms of energy.
I'm confused. You're saying that there is separate form of energy, but it's an energy.
No, I didn't say simple. I said there are different types.
Different types is different form. Unless we're speaking French and German.
But it's not one energy, Bill.
But is it an energy?
Gosh.
Is it an energy?
It is. No. It's not just energy. Oh. No, you're misunderstanding. Kinetic energy is the. Just listen a minute, please. Just hold on.
If the different types of
maybe if you keep quiet and listen, you'll understand what he's trying to say.
If the different types of people, if we're human, if you're a human race, and the different type of people, we're all humans. So if there's different types of energy,
but does not mean. So it means then that since we are all humans, we are all communicating together, that we are one.
No, your
energy.
Point is
just a category. You are doing a category error. You're making a category error.
Your point is the different types of energy, but I'm glad you're putting the energy at the back of different. The different types of energy, but it's an energy.
Energy is the definition of energy. What's the definition of energy?
Okay, you know what, guys? You know what? I would like to move this conversation along. I've heard the gentleman saying, "My God is energy," right? So that means
no. I didn't mention that my God is energy. No, at no point. I said that I see God in nature, and I communicate with nature with the different types. I communicate with nature. With energy. So that's what I said.
So you see God in energy, yes?
No, I don't see God in energy. I communicate with nature with energy.
Okay.
And that's why I asked you what
like with the stars, like with the stars. Okay, let me give an example. It's not that
energy is one thing. It's just a category.
Let me give an example. Let me give an example.
Please hold on.
Let me give an example.
Please hold on. I will tell you this, that one Billy, everything that you've said, I do not understand it.
No, you don't have to. You don't have to. So this is why I was saying that. There are the way I communicate. I was gonna land. They asked me about how do I communicate with the star. I said in my quiet moments, I look up to the star, and I start to have words with the stars. I can go out and I look at the sea.
Stars?
Yeah, I do. I go to the sea and I look at the sea and I meditate with the sea. And I feel myself exchanging energies with the sea. You know, I sleep in my bed And sometimes I turn off the light in the darkness and I'm talking to the darkness. That's how I relate with nature.
Raskilo.
Yeah.
Justice, where are you guys?
I mean, hey.
Everything is just strange to me, you know, because I don't like all those things was just like it's strange to me. I just want to be without doing anything.
I don't understand.
I will leave that if it's actually real. I would like to learn. I would like to try it. I would like to try
So sometimes I can go to the forest, I hear the birds, and I just relate with the nature. I just speak in the atmosphere.
And that is God for you? Is that how he's saying that is God? Hello?
I said, I see God in nature.
Okay.
I see God in nature.
That is his own way of looking up to God.
Hey, look out for number one. Okay, look out for number one.
So your God doesn't have a book, right?
Not at all.
Oh,
No,
okay.
he's supposed to have a book. But what is the characteristics of your God?
It's nature. Just look at
nature.
Birds. Look at birds.
Nature is
when you look at the stars, you look at the universe, you look at the moon, you look at the sea, you look at the grass.
Look at
I see that. I see the power in it.
Okay.
The power in
you see
in nature.
He's part of
in myself. I see the power in myself. I see the power in nature, and that's how I see it.
Afro.
Yeah.
You see, his God is kind of related to mine. His God and my God are cousins.
Which one? Which one? Is it the ant one or the
the real one?
The real one. Okay.
Yeah.
Right. Right.
So your God then is the energy in nature.
No.
Yeah.
Not the energy in nature. That's how I communicate with nature.
Justice,
but do you understand that there's?
Can I move you? Can I move you down to bring somebody up,
Okay.
please?
Yeah, no
Give me. Someone wants to contribute, please. Yeah.
Sure. Yeah.
But I asked you, what's the definition of energy? Do you know a definition of energy?
We can get the definition of energy. We can always get it.
Yeah, you want a definition of energy. I know a definition of energy.
Yeah, go on. Tell us definition of energy.
No, I want to find out. I want him to tell us what is his definition of energy to see if it coincides with the science.
Some of us are illiterate.
Yeah, but he's claiming about talking about this energy as if he knows what this energy is. So he should be able to define it.
Energy.
He's gone. Or he's paused. He's paused.
Yeah,
basically, energy is the ability to do work.
I have actually a question.
To do work.
The ability to do work. Yeah, the ability to do work, that's energy.
Are utterly rubbish.
No, that is the physics, scientific definition of energy. The ability to do work. You're not saying it's rubbish, but you need to define. Define what you mean by energy then. Because you have not told us exactly what you meant by energy.
The strength that is required to sustain.
Phil is right. I went and had a look.
Yeah. And the energy. Let's look at Oxford Dictionary.
Energy
Oxford Dictionary
is the ability to do work.
Right.
Yeah. But if you look at
scientists define energy as the ability to do
work,
and
it can be changed from one form to another.
Possible. Listen. Modern civilization is possible because people have learned how to change energy from one form to another, and then use it to do work.
Yeah.
That's
So
the definition.
Oxford Dictionary will tell me that the strength and vitality required to sustain physics or mental activities.
What?
That is probably the usage of what people use, but the scientific definition
what are
of
you telling me about
energy, which
scientists, my
can be
friend?
met. Hold
What are
on,
you telling me about
please.
scientists?
Hold on, please. I am speaking and you cutting in. Just hold on.
No, you've been cutting
The
me. So you're
scientific
talking about you're telling
energy.
me about someone. You're telling me about
Why
someone,
are you
right? Why
talking
do you
on top
tend
of
to
you?
pick and choose?
Let Dr.
I am
Phil
not telling you
do
about
his.
someone. I am saying physics. I teach
What physics? Did
science.
someone not
I'm
write
a
physics? Did you write
scientist.
physics? Did you write physics?
A scientist use physics describes is a descriptive science.
I am telling you from
And the
Oxford
descriptive
Dictionary.
from hold on please, and from experiments we know energy is the ability to do work, and there are equations for energy to show how it converts to do work. There's a relationship between energy and work, and those relationships work.
Can I read from the
And we
Oxford?
apply them to run
I have just
vehicles.
read something
We
from the
apply them
Oxford
to run
Dictionary is a well
machinery.
recognized. It's
Can
a well
I read?
recognized.
You
Can I
you
read
are
Oxford
you are
Dictionary?
misusing.
No, you are
The
misusing.
Oxford Dictionary is just describing its usage by the colloquial usage, but the
My
actual
friend.
usage of energy, which can be measured, is the ability to do work. That is energy. The energy in the universe is the ability to do work. That is not what I think. You are disputing the science, and the science has evidence to show that it's that.
I am talking about Oxford Dictionary, which is a well recognized
Oxford Dictionary
establishment.
Oxford Dictionary only gives you what people use, the usage, and they don't always get the science words correct. So I don't care about Oxford Dictionary when it comes to science.
No, you don't have to. You don't have to, and that's why we're on two.
Because it is not. It is just using what people use, how they use it, how they use the terminology, and I'm sure it also has the definition for physics in there too.
So where did you get your physics from? It's not from a book.
Guys, hold on. Let me just quickly read. So, according to Oxford English Dictionary, energy, it says here, as a general concept.
As a general.
Power, strength.
Power. Thank you.
The ability or the capacity to produce an effect.
Which is the ability to do work. That's what it's just saying it in simple terms.
This man wants to interpret it in his own way.
The power has to do with also power and work.
Billy, you need to stop. He's not interpreting it his own way. It is
what is
right
he doing?
There. It is right there. The definition that he used.
What's power?
You're right. That just simplifies the definition that I said.
What's power?
Power, I can't remember exactly what power is right now, but I know there's the equation for power. And the unit of power, stop, please. The unit of power is watts. The unit of power is watts. And there's a relationship between energy, work, and power. There is a mathematical equation. You are mistaken or misusing the word power. You are misunderstanding the word power. The Oxford Dictionary just put it in simple layman's terms. Yeah, but it's saying the same thing that I'm saying, that energy is the ability to do work.
Phil.
Yes, please.
What he's saying isn't even making sense at all.
Correct.
Even with your definitions, right? You have talked about a God that you can see. So okay, you see a God in energy,
nature,
in nature.
Exactly. So you can't even remember what I was saying, and you keep saying that I'm wrong. So how biased is this?
That's not the point.
This isn't biased. I already told you.
Because you've made that statement 3 times now, and your friends keep correcting you.
Understand? I said I didn't
so what?
Any of what you said. That's why
I have a question when I get a chance.
Of what you said.
Yes, free thought. Sorry.
Pardon me, I don't remember it because I don't understand it.
No,
I have a question.
Understand
free thought. Billy, please hold on. Let free thought speak.
My question is, how can a human being communicate with an energy? How do you do that?
How can a human being communicate with energy?
With an energy which has a conscience, which maybe I don't know. I don't wait. I don't know if you believe this, but I'm outside of space or whatever. How do you communicate with it?
I communicate with my mind.
Your mind, but how does the mind communicate? And
that. You're right.
Yeah, of what I think. So how do cell phones communicate?
So are you talking to yourself or are you talking with something else?
Yeah, I talk to myself. When I'm talking to myself, I am that star. So I'm talking with to myself. I'm talking within my you start to feel like you like her without having to say something.
But that's emotional. That is chemical.
Right.
That is a chemical emotion because you might look at her and she looks really beautiful. Like in your mind looks beautiful and send chemical reactions to your body for your brain to release endorphins and serotonin.
Right.
So that's how I communicate with the stars. So when I see the star,
no, the stars does not communicate that way. Sorry, you are wrong. The stars give off. Hold on. What energy does hold on? What energy does the stars give off that reach the earth? Let me hear. What's the energy that the stars give off that reach the earth? Let me see if you know. Pardon?
What energy does the star evolve?
No, what energy does the star give off that reaches the earth that you can communicate with the stars?
Yeah.
I don't know every energy in the world. That would be very
all energy are not the same.
But you communicate with stars, correct?
Yeah, of course.
So what energy do they give off that allow you to
communicate with the stars?
No, I didn't say about the energy. I'm speaking on.
Jeez, you're lying now. You said you communicate with stars with energy. You communicate with nature with energy. So you have to be communicating with stars with energy.
Correct.
You're now contradicting yourself.
Agreed. That doesn't make any sense.
That don't make sense. Do you know what energy comes from these stars that generally reach the earth?
I just said something that I'm not gonna know every energy in the world, am I?
So how can you be making a claim that you're communicating with stars with energy?
Correct.
Yeah.
If you don't even know what the energy is that you're communicating with, or that there's actually energy, because now you're just speaking out of your mouth, out of the ear, and that does not make sense. I know what energy. I know the form of energy that comes from the stars. That
is it just a feeling, or what are we talking about here?
Yeah, we're talking about feelings.
Yeah, it sounds like feelings.
Emotions. Emotions. No proof, nothing.
Yeah.
Listen, just talk to stars, guys. Come on. Go outside.
Yeah, absolutely. It's funny. I know.
Just speak to it.
Yeah, make it make sense though. Make it make sense.
Honestly,
it make sense.
You know,
what you're saying.
That's something I've
no,
never done before.
I mentioned here. I mentioned here that
maybe the star will talk back.
I try to put it in the most simple way that I understand it. I'm not gonna know everything in the world. You know,
okay.
The most simple way I said, I can communicate with someone without actually the person. It's like telepathic or telepathic. When you think about someone, immediately the person calls you. Yeah. So I'm not going to go down into detail because I have not studied anything to do with detail. So I can just say what I feel. So the best way maybe I can say is my feeling.
So what you have is
where do you learn this thing? Where do you learn this thing? Where you all this what you're talking about? How you see God? Where do you learn this
I learn things by observation. I don't have to sit in the classroom to learn.
Also, this is not something you've got from anywhere. This is just you trying to make sense, trying to make sense of things around you.
It's subjective and anecdotal. It's just you. It's just something you have for yourself.
That's why I said from the beginning. That's why I said from the beginning. Those are my own opinion.
Okay.
From when I started these, I said they are my opinion. That's the way I choose to look at things.
So it's just facts for you. It's just facts for you. It's just something you have. It's just whatever you experience. It's not anything that is real to anyone else or anything like that.
No, it does not have to be real for anyone there. It's for me. Okay. That's how I look at things.
Okay. Gotcha.
So I hope you can understand why it doesn't make sense to me.
No, of course. Yeah, I understand that it will make sense to you because you don't relate to that. You can only understand things that relate to you.
No, but I mean, it's talking to stars. Come on now, how is that supposed to relate to anybody? The star's not going to talk back.
Doesn't relate to me. I can't talk to stars.
So, but you know that someone can stand from one end of the world and communicate with the phone. How does that work?
Oh, that's easy.
Oh, of course, it's easy because you've studied it.
No, because I've been in telecommunications for all my life.
It's easy because you communicated because you know that you can communicate through waves and the waves will hit and you've got satellites there. You know you can do that.
You're talking about are you speaking of something that's supernatural or natural? When you talk about
context, supernatural and natural is the universe. It's part of the universe.
I've never known anyone to talk to.
But now you know now you know that today.
I know you now. Now you are the first person I know.
We learn every day.
Where does that get us?
Exactly. Good question. Where does that get us? Yes.
It gets us to a point. It gets us to where that everybody look at things differently.
What do you mean? What do you mean it gets us to look at things differently because you can talk to us?
What do you mean and what do you mean again? Atheists. No.
Listen to my question.
Not listen. Don't tell me to listen.
You didn't listen to my question.
Don't tell me to listen. It's not like
I have to give you my question first before you can answer.
Yeah, in a very respectful manner.
Let me give you my question. If I can talk to a star, and I somehow come to a place in life where I can talk to a star, where does that take me? What's the benefit? What does that get me? I can talk to stars now. I can talk to
the stars. Sirius. I can talk to the sun. I can talk to the waters. I can talk to the air. Don't just focus on the stars.
Okay. I can talk to all the elements or anything in nature. What does that get me?
It gets me a comfort. It makes me feel happy. Not you. It does not have to make you.
Why does it make you feel happy? I'm asking you, not me. Why does that make you feel happy?
I get satisfaction from it. I get satisfaction.
How?
Satisfaction. You don't know what satisfaction is?
I want to know how you get satisfaction from it. I'm asking you. You just said it gives you satisfaction.
Have a peace in mind. Tranquility.
You get tranquility and peace of mind from talking to stars.
That's correct.
And that benefits you how?
A peace of mind. What's a peace of mind?
How does that benefit you? How does that benefit you in your daily life and what you have to do in your work?
A peace of mind.
Anything.
A peace of mind.
So your peace of mind comes with being able to talk to stars.
That's correct, sir. Interact with nature.
Okay. I don't have anything else for that. Yeah. Okay.
Okay. Well, this has been interesting. I'm actually ready to sign out for the night. Listen,
it was
thank
lovely.
you
It was
so
lovely
much.
to meet you guys.
Oh, listen, there was something you were about to say. I heard you saying something about atheists just now, and I was curious. What were you trying to say about atheists?
So I was trying to say that atheists have the right to believe on whatever they want to believe. That's fine. It's your opinion.
Atheism is a lack of belief.
Okay, let's put it that way. Okay, it's a lack of belief. So they have the right to have a lack of belief. Let's put it that way. If that makes sense.
Is it just atheists that have the right to believe what they want to believe?
And I would just bring in an example. I would say that's one of them that have the right to do whatever they want to do. So it's like myself. I have the right to think about my opinions.
So, okay.
Without being, yeah, of course, people can question, because I get it. People can question to want to know more, but not question to challenge.
I got a real quick question for you. Do you believe in God?
I believe
the stars.
I think that you came a little bit late.
I came a little late, yeah. So I don't know what you believe. Yeah.
I see God in nature.
Okay.
And that's why I relate with nature. I teleport with nature. I speak out in my mind.
Can I ask? I hope you know that SHIT is nature too.
What's that? Sorry.
SHIT. SHIT.
Oh yeah. Of course.
Do you see God in that too?
Yeah. Because physics is just food that you've eaten. It's not rocket science.
Can I ask what exactly would you see in SHIT then?
Because that's what is giving you life. And it's life for other organism.
Well, okay.
It's part of the ecosystem.
It's not giving you life
for the scientists.
It's come out of you. That's your
waste.
It's
waste. It's part of the ecosystem. Some other organism feed on it.
So when you look at it,
don't say that physics is just useless.
No,
some
I know.
organisms live on it.
No, you don't get it. When you look at it, what do you see?
I see.
What does it tell you?
I will explain why. Have you ever heard about cow dung, not in soil intelligent mom?
Yes, I know. Yeah.
So when they spray that, it's part of fertilizers. They spray that on the field. The grasses grow or the fruits grow. You eat that fruit. It gives you life. It's a cycle. So that's part of nature. So it's very important to me equally as water. It's very important to me equally as a stone, as the sky, as you, as humans.
So do you subscribe to any religion?
No, I don't really want to believe in one religion, but I was making my research. I started having the ideas that I was having fit in pantheism.
Pantheism.
Yeah.
Everything is God, basically. Is that what pantheism
That's correct.
is? Okay.
Oh, everything is God, yeah?
Yeah,
that's correct.
God in everything.
Including SHIT.
Nature.
Including excrement, yes.
That's right. Oh, okay, fantastic. So
not excluding, including.
Oh, but
including.
Honestly,
now,
now I would never look at excrement the same way ever again, right? That's never gonna happen again now. I'm gonna look at excrement thinking, shit, that's God. There's a God in there.
Yeah. It's food for some other people.
There's a God in the excrement.
Yeah. It's life. It's life for some other organism. Humans, we don't just have to look at us as just the only people of this planet. There are other creatures everywhere in the air. I'm not educating anybody, but I'm just bringing awareness. There's creatures in the air, in our bodies, in stones, in the sun.
Awareness. Bro, listen, bro. You were at first you're doing a really bad job of bringing that awareness. Now maybe I'm starting to get it a little bit, but at first, my
I don't think he's I don't think he's a bad guy. I don't think he's a bad guy.
No, I'm not.
However, I will say this.
I'm not saying he's a bad guy. I'm just saying at first.
We will always agree to disagree, and I think that's a beauty.
And I don't think he's disingenuous.
Struggling to understand him, what he was trying to say.
No, because the other fellow guy didn't allow me to build up. I was still developing, and boom, I start getting the hit. But I tend to accept that the society that we live in, for us to progress, you've got to take very hard criticism. That's life. That's the beauty of life. Some people, when you don't agree with them, they block you, they delete you. I don't see that. I see that sometimes, most of the time, you have to take it, because that's what can only make you.
In this your idea of what you consider God, what happens when you die?
Good question.
Good question. I have never died, so I wouldn't know.
I mean, what do you think though? What do you think will happen?
Okay, so when I die, for me, I'm not. I can only speak about myself. For me, when I die, I cease to exist.
Okay.
People will tell you something different. Everybody will have different opinion. For me, when I die, I cease to exist.
I believe.
I go back to universe. I go back to universe in another form or shape.
I think that this is what I think. I think that a lot of people try to place a God in a space where they don't understand or what they don't know. The God of the gaps. So what they don't know, and to the point where they can't reach, they say, oh, there's God. I don't believe that. You know, and I know that I didn't exist longer than I have existed. And when I didn't exist, I didn't know I didn't exist, and that was perfectly fine. I think because we have reached consciousness, when we do exist, then we try to figure everything out. We say, oh, it's this, it's that, and you know, we come up with all kinds of things. But then you go back to the other side, and then you don't exist, and you don't even know, and it doesn't even matter. There's no heaven, there's no hell, there's none of that. None of that is irrelevant for any of our lives. None of that is real. That's something that's man-made, made up, and we just place it there to try to be able to sleep at night comfortably. I believe that's what I believe.
Yeah, very true.
I don't
and
know.
If I was to quickly add something on what you're saying, is you're absolutely not wrong, because the way I view things, there's not right or wrong. There's what is morally acceptable and what is not morally acceptable. I have always put myself in a position to think that, take me, if I was born today and I never went to any school or any sort of education, take me fresh from, let's call it, anywhere in the universe, just take me fresh. I have no idea what's going on. And you show me a plane. If you show me a plane,
like an airplane?
An aeroplane. Yeah. And I see the plane flying, I will have no Scooby-Doops on how that works. Yeah. But someone that has been educated, on that plane will tell you how the aerodynamic, it will tell you whatever that builds up that plane, explain to you what that means. So what am I trying to say is that everybody has knowledge to their level. We can interpret and see things on our level of how we reason.
But for myself, I got a question for you.
Can I land? Can I just land here quickly?
I'm sorry. I don't mean to interrupt you. Go ahead. Yes.
Yeah, I was just going to land. And I've always asked myself questions and question religion, question people, question things. And I would ask myself, but even with the science, even with the religion, they talk about creation. If there is creation, there must be a creator. Regardless of how we want to see it from different scopes, whether it's religion based or science based or geography, If there is creation, there must be a creator. And who is that creator? Now people perceive the creator in different ways. Some will say it's in heaven. Some will say it doesn't exist. Some will say, I see it in nature like I see, because when I see the sun, the sun needs to be there for us to have life. If there is no sun, take the sun out, there won't be photosynthesis. And we will not eat, we will not feed, and we will not. So when you take out the water, if you take out the water, we will die because there's not water. If you take out the air, that's us, we all gone. So I see all these things related in making our existence, whether it's the air, whether it's the water that we need, whether it's the sun that we need, all these things, the food, all these things makes to bring this creation.
Let me ask you a question. If you never had anybody tell you what that airplane was, would you just say it was God?
I wouldn't say it's God.
Would you, if no one explained to you how that airplane was flying?
Yeah, I wouldn't say it's God.
Listen to me real quick. I think this is what happens. If no one ever said why that airplane was flying, and they had the technology and they knew everything, you just showed up. You saw that airplane flying. And this is what I think happens a lot of times in our lives, and we don't even realize it. People say that's God. They just attribute something greater than what they can figure out, than what they can put their mind to. They just say it's God, and they just put a term to it. God is just a term. They just say it's God because it's something greater than me. I don't understand it. And it's literally just an airplane. It's got aerodynamics, all this other stuff, and it has all the science that's built into it, that it flies and everything. They don't know this. We do this all the time. Science gets us to a point where we know this, we know the next step, and once we get to a step where we don't know or don't understand, we just say, oh, it's something supernatural. We just jump to supernatural and say it's that. And now that is what it is. And that's where we miss the mark. And then outside of that, what we do is we build religions around it. Then you start worshiping it. Then you start doing all this other stuff that breaks up families, homes, communities, society. It's where we are now because we've said, I don't know. So therefore I'm gonna put this thing to it. And I'm gonna say, that's it. And then you get all these people that come together and they come up with all these different theologies about it. And then we are where we are now. And we're in a bad place in society because of it. All because no one knew how the wing flaps worked.
So, like you just rightly said, if I was to answer pick up a few things there, like if I seen a plane, would I say it's God? Now, when, like I was trying to explain how I see God in nature, that if there is creation, there is a creator. So what brings about this creation? So
what makes you say creation though?
Creation is anything that comes into existence.
We put that term on it as creation. We don't know how we came into existence. We don't know. We just are. We don't know how the universe came into existence. Actually, the furthest thing we know that exists is the universe. But man has decided to say there has to be something that created the universe. And then we got all this other fantastical stuff that's supposed to be in place, and it has rules and sin and blah, blah, blah.
Okay, but how would you call it though? Because I'm interested to know now.
What I'm saying is it's okay to not know. I don't know.
So, but
if I don't know, listen real quick. If I don't know how I got here, but I'm here, why am I not dealing with the fact that I'm here and doing everything the best that I can to make here everything that it can be? Because this is what I know.
Yeah, but why
am I looking beyond? Why am I looking beyond it
were you born to this earth by a woman, man, or a human? Were you brought to this world by
woman, man? I was brought to this earth by a woman and a man.
And if you were brought by a woman and a man, do you not question now have you never questioned yourself how you go into this world by your parents?
Sure. And you know why I questioned it? Because I was taught that when I was like 5 years old. Prior to that, I would have only thought I was born here by those women and that man. Religion would have never gotten into the picture. God would have never gotten into the picture. They introduced that to me. I would have just known I came. You know, you understand what I'm saying? I would just know I'm here because they procreated. If they would have taught me, they procreated and then I got here.
But religion to me, sir, religion to me comes to me as a way of life and culture. And this is why when I started to talk, I was saying something. And what I was trying to say here is, I think that, and I'm not speaking from all Africans or all Black people or all Afro or all Caribbeans.
Sure.
Said the Africans that were there back in the days, they had their own ways of communicating, whoever they were communicating with, before the colonial masters came and introduced their own religion. So now, because we've been pushed away from those narratives, because I have a native language, and in my native language, there are so many things in my native language that the European didn't teach us. We call God Nikop, the Congolese call Zambe. In our native language, we had already names that the European didn't teach us about these things. So it meant that we were believing in something. We used to live in. Sorry?
No, I was just saying that's still mankind's search for beyond, right? I don't care where you put it. It's still mankind's search for where did I come from? Where's my origin? And you may never know that, but because you may never know that, you can't just actually place something there.
Yeah, it's just a quick question for you, sir. Do you think that it's important to search things, to find out about things?
Absolutely, absolutely. But if you don't find it, do you just ascribe something to it?
For that moment, yeah, that's why you have
you can't do that. You can't do that. If you don't know, you don't know.
If I'm clear, when I was in school back in the days, you have levels of before something becomes a theory, before something becomes a law, everybody, they used to assume certain things, then experiment and build it up. I just think that if people were not looking at things that way or doing things that way, then there will be no point of us having phones that we're having today, us flying in planes. And that's one thing that has been about typical of where I come from, because I'm a very proud African. My parents back in the days used to tell us never to question.
Right. My parents told me the same. And
when you don't question,
yes.
Yeah, when you don't question directly, you're becoming limitless.
You're becoming limited.
Yeah, limited. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
You become limited. But when you have the so-called Europeans that come to Africa, and our parents used to tell us, hey, no, don't go into that forest because the wild creatures there. Don't go into that mountains because those mountains, the evil spirits, or don't do this, don't do that. They restrict you. But the Europeans come there and say, oh, okay, that mountain, I want to go there. I want to go find out what is there. Some of them die. Some of them end up not making it. But they come out with the diamonds, with the golds, with all the resources, and they're more advanced. And now we sit and we're complaining, oh, they're coming and stealing all these. Oh, we're the bottom. They don't treat us well. Racism, all those kind of things. Because
but think about this. Think about this though. Think about this though. Those are things you can touch. Those are places you can explore. You can explore supernatural. You can't explore that. That's in your mind. So you can explore. So when those people went and they found diamonds and they found those different minerals, etc., they could physically go and explore and find those things, and that happened for them, whereas you might not have known it was there, and you said, hey, I didn't know it was there. You know what I'm saying? But it was there physically. But to say something is supernatural is something totally different that you cannot touch at all. You can't touch that. And that's where they get over, because they tell you, oh, go for the supernatural stuff while we take your minerals.
From my understanding, of supernatural, those are attributes of some forces beyond scientific understanding. All right, beyond scientific understanding. But clearly there are certain things that you don't need science to figure it out, and you just understand that.
Like what though? Like what?
Okay, let's say a certain period of the year, you probably get animals or birds flying from one direction to another.
That's natural. Go ahead.
You know, but what makes them fly?
I thought we were talking about supernatural. Yeah, that's natural though.
Yeah, but I'm talking about past that level of natural. But what makes them fly from that angle to that angle?
It's something natural. It's not anything supernatural, is what I'm saying. I thought we were going to prove the supernatural. You can't prove the supernatural. Supernatural stuff is above what we can see, feel, taste, touch, etc. Right? So when you're talking about birds, you're talking about migrations, etc., and things that happen in the natural world.
Can you feel radio waves?
I can't feel radio waves. Well, I won't take that. I won't say I can't feel radio waves, because radio waves can affect you if you get too close to them for a long period of time. So yes, you can feel radio waves. You actually can.
So would you class that as
they actually can burn you.
If you can't. Yeah, but if you can't see it, because what we're using to communicate now on TikTok, we're using the internet. So if you can't see it or you can't feel it, is that supernatural? Because I cannot see what is going behind
the internet and radio waves is still natural. Just because you can't see it, it's beyond your eyes. You can't see it. No, you can't see it.
Guys,
I know, Afro. I know we're getting into the weeds.
And also I'm already falling asleep.
Anyway, it was good to meet
you. We're getting into the weeds.
We will be back tomorrow.
And let me say this real quick.
You waiting to add, but my goodness, I need to go to bed.
And I will get off. But let me say this. I this is my thing. I like to talk in terms of reality, and you know, I don't like to talk about. I will talk about supernatural stuff with people want to talk about, but it's not real. It doesn't exist.
That's it.
It doesn't exist. But I will talk about it, but it doesn't exist.
Exactly. Talk about it. It doesn't exist.
And I like to think, you know, and I like thinkers. But yes, I know. I got us into the weeds. I'm sorry.
Okay. Anyway, everyone, thank you all so much. I'll see you all tomorrow. Good night, everybody. Thank you all. Thank you.
All right. See you later.
Good night. Good night. Black African Diamond, are you still there? Looks like she has gone.